25-year-old fraud specialist Katrina Garrison is suing her former friend, 29-year-old import coordinator Stacy DiTrolio, for her portion of a security deposit. Stacy says she's already paid.
This case deals with a loan that the defendant needed for an apartment rent deposit. Is that right?
Correct.
And you two ladies were friends?
Yes.
You were moving?
Yes. I moved in with a roommate.
You moved in with someone?
Yes.
Who already had the apartment?
No, we both moved in together. It was a house.
And what was the rent on this house?
It was $1,500 first, last, and deposit.
So tell me when you approached the plaintiff about the $1,500 loan.
It was around August, and I believe that...
Beginning, middle?
Beginning.
Did you approach her by phone or in person?
In person.
Was it at her house?
Our house.
You were living together at the time?
No, my house. We'd already moved in, and we had already paid the first and deposit. We needed the last.
Had she come over to visit?
Yes.
Who was present?
Me, Amy, and Katrina.
Who's Amy?
Witness.
The witness.
She wasn't your roommate?
No.
All right, so
we were
you
all
came
friends.
over with your witness, and the three of you had a discussion. You told her that you needed $1,500.
Yes.
Tell me in your own words what you said.
I actually approached Amy, because Amy and I were very good friends, and she said that Katrina probably would help us out. I never really asked right up front. It was just kind of like, well, Katrina probably will, and I mean, I wasn't looking to borrow money from Katrina.
But you did.
But
so
I did.
You had to have said something to her.
Yes.
Come on.
That we needed help with the last month's rent.
And what did she say to you?
She said, okay.
When did, after that conversation, did she give you the money?
A few days, a couple days.
Did she give it to you in check or cash?
Check.
And you have the check?
I don't have the check. I didn't have time for them to get it from the bank.
You have your bank statement?
I don't have the bank statement either.
Why not?
She said she don't borrow the money. There's no question about that, whether she borrowed the money.
Just a minute. There's always a question to me. You're supposed to come to court with evidence. Evidence would be a check, canceled check that you gave her.
I have emails that state that she borrowed the money from me.
Okay. How much did you pay her back?
$700.
Check or cash?
Cash.
How much did you pay you back?
$200.
Check or cash?
Check.
You have a copy of the check?
No.
You have a copy of the check?
I don't have a copy of the check. I just deposited the check into the bank.
The first one was $200 in cash, and the rest was, or $200 with the check, and the rest was cash.
Why did you give her cash after
Because
that?
she didn't want a check, she wanted cash. And we were friends, so.
Why didn't she want a check? Had she had trouble with your check before?
Probably.
She gave me the check on October 23rd, and I was not able to cash the check until December 29th. And I went in on every single payday. She works with her at the same company, so I know what her paydays were and everything. So I
wish I would have had a copy of that check.
I walked into the bank every morning on the 1st and the 15th of the month to cash a check, and the funds were not available.
My paydays were the 7th and the 22nd, Your Honor.
What difference does it make?
That's not the truth. So.
Well, Ms. DiTrolio, common sense would suggest that if you had given her a check once and she had absolutely no trouble cashing it, then she wouldn't have insisted on cash for the remainder of the money that you claim you gave her, right?
Well, you can assume that,
right.
I suppose. Yes.
Right. Well, that sounds like a logical assumption. That's what I would do. Somebody gave me a check and I was able to go put it in the bank. I would say, fine, give me a check for the rest of the money. Now, you have a rather interesting defense. Your defense is that you really paid her back.
My share.
Your share.
Yes.
You say you paid her back $700 in total?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Shh, just wait a second. You said you gave her $700 in total. 7 and 7 is 14. You borrowed 15.
The $100 was a fee.
A what?
Some kind of loan fee that my other roommate at the time was going to pay because I paid more of the rent part of it.
It doesn't make any difference.
Her other roommate.
Just a second. Your defense is that only half of this money is attributable to you, the other half is attributable to your roommate.
Exactly.
When did the plaintiff have a conversation with your roommate about the money? What does that mean?
Well,
what does that mean?
She knows because we had the discussion about Christy paying half.
To you?
Yes, to me.
Not to her.
Right.
No.
Not to her.
I told her, too, that Christy was responsible for half of that.
No. She was responsible for half of that to you. You assumed that your roommate would pay half.
Yes.
Because that's your defense. Your defense is get it from my roommate.
She's got the wrong person. I paid my share, and she
Not
knows
to her.
that...
No, that's what she knows. That goes into the operation of her mind. If she had a contract with two people, then you are absolutely right. The two people would be responsible for the return of this money. If, however, she had a contract with only one person, and she made that verbal agreement with one person, and that's you, then you are responsible for getting half of that money from your roommate, not her. You can't say, this loan was for both of us, I'm going to pay my share, you go and get the rest from my roommate. It's your job. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Perfect. You understand?
I understand perfectly.
Perfect. Now, what I don't understand, Ms. Garrison, is you acknowledge, if I believe what you say, that you only received $200 from the defendant.
Correct.
You talk about these emails about a paper that she signed. Where is it?
I moved, and I have been able to find it. It was a promissory note that she signed by herself. Amy,
That's
my
not
witness,
true.
That is true. My witness
It
was
doesn't
there
make any difference.
when she signed it as well.
I'm just
It's a big
curious
difference.
as to why you didn't bring it if it's in here.
It's because it didn't prove her case.
Well, you should have a copy.
I
You
didn't
signed
get a copy
note.
because she's my friend. Or was my friend.
Just a second. You sign a note, you keep a copy.
Well, I guess I'm not that smart.
Well, I'm not so sure. You borrow money, you don't pay it back. That makes you pretty smart. It says here that she gave you $600.
She wrote that.
Oh, I understand that. But what I'm looking for is for your answer when you say, you never gave me $600, you only gave me $200.
It's because she can't.
It's in there. It is in there.
Show me. I
Okay.
want the response to her $600. Because first she says 7, then she says 6.
Your Honor, I also have an affidavit from my roommate that I live with now.
Not interested.
That proves...
Not interested
Oh, okay.
in your affidavit from a roommate.
I have a witness here that was present at the house when Katrina came over and I gave her money.
I have never seen him in my life.
She was not inside the house either.
Just a minute.
She was outside the house, which she didn't come in.
Just a minute.
Can't see what you don't if you don't come in the house, right? Sorry.
Basically, I mean, most of it in here it just says.
Listen to me. All I'm interested in is your response, which says, where do you get $600? Could you just point out where you say to her, you didn't give me $600? Is it in there?
It's right.
that?
Well,
Where's
it's
that?
right here. This one's from Stacy, and then this is my response.
Okay. Right.
That one, and then that's the response.
Okay. Court finds that the defendant owes you $1,300, that she has in fact paid you $200 by check, and that's it. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount $1,300. That's all.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is case number 191 on the calendar, the matter of Burke versus Martins.
Thank you.
Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
Ms. Burke, according to your complaint, in July of this year,
Yes.
you moved in with the defendant, signing a 6-month lease with her.
Correct.
As a roommate.
Correct.
It was not a match made in heaven.
No.
It is your claim that 3 weeks later she forcibly evicted you from the premises. You are suing her for the expenses that you incurred as a result of that move.
Correct.
Okay. The defendant is counterclaiming, claiming that you breached your lease with her, you had no basis to move, and she claims that you did certain damage to the premises. Is that right?
Correct.
How did you find this roommate situation, Ms. Burke?
I have a copy of her ad in Roommate Finders. It's a roommate service, and I went through that service.
Did you find it online? Is that what you
Yes.
did? Okay. So when did you move in?
On July 25th.
And did you pay August's rent,
Yes, I did.
which was $800?
Yes, I have a copy of all of my canceled checks.
I don't think that she denies that.
No,
And you
I don't.
paid an additional $400?
Yes, I did.
Is that right?
Yes.
All right, so what caused you to move?
Well, when I moved in, and actually when I came to look at the place, Miss Martinson informed me that she was a massage therapist and that she worked from her home. I wanted to know what kind of massage she performed, and I asked her specifically, is it like sports injury massage? And she said, oh yeah, that's basically what I do. And I said, well, what hours do you perform massage out of the house? And she told me it was strictly during the day. And I was fine with that. She was what I thought was a struggling mother who just had a child, and anyway, I don't want to ramble. Anyway, 2 nights after I moved in, I was walking from my bedroom to the kitchen, and in the living room were 2 naked people. The naked man was lying on his back on the massage table, and the naked woman, not Mrs. Martins, was massaging the naked man in the portion of his body that should be covered by a towel.
Your Honor, this is not true.
Just a minute. Go ahead.
It is true. I informed Miss Martins what I had seen, and she told me that she didn't know what was going on, and that she was very upset with her friend, and that she would take care of it, and that wouldn't happen again.
Someone else worked out of your house as well?
No, I had a girlfriend. She was there. She's here in the building. She would like to testify, just not on camera. She will testify that that is an incorrect statement.
Was she using your house at any time to give massages, whatever kind of massages they were?
She was spending the night, her and her boyfriend. What they were doing that night, I don't know.
She was, according to her, giving him a great massage.
A couple nights later, I walked out, and the same naked woman was there with a different naked man. This time she was crawling on top of the naked man.
In the living room?
Yes. And I informed Mrs. Martinson again. She promised again it wouldn't happen. I just wanted to believe that it wouldn't happen again. But it continued to happen. As a matter of fact, it was 4 o'clock in the afternoon this time, and her friend had come over with this third, different man, and they had gone into the back bedroom. And when I asked Rebecca about it, she stated that she didn't think that there was anything wrong with it, and that I told her that from what I had witnessed, it was basically prostitution in my definition, and that I'd worked far too hard for my goals. I'm also a full-time student, that I wasn't going to let what she was doing put me at risk because of these strange men coming in the house.
This was after about a week?
That was about 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Okay, so you had this confrontation with her after 2 weeks, and
Yes.
whether she was correct as to what she saw, accurate as to what she's
It's not
reporting.
accurate.
Just listen to me. You didn't let me finish.
Sorry.
Whether she is correct or she is incorrect about what she saw, you did have this discussion with her during this first and second week of her tenancy.
It was after the first week.
So whether it's right or it's wrong, this is what she reported to you and complained about. Is that right?
Half of it.
Fine.
Not
Even if it's
entirely.
half. I don't care which half. The bottom half or the top half. It doesn't make any difference. It's half.
Okay.
Okay. So what happened? So now you're in the second week.
Right.
Go ahead.
I had finals coming up in a week, so I knew that I had to concentrate on finals, so I basically needed to deal with this afterwards. Did my studying mostly from my office, sometimes picked up the dogs and took them to the dog park and studied there, anything to keep from going home because of what was going on at the house. I didn't want to go home. After I finished my finals on August 12th, I got home at about 3:30 in the afternoon, and I went back, and my dog was out there with a muzzle on his nose. It was about 100 degrees out in the valley on that day, and he was sick and lethargic. I threw him in the pool and brought him inside to bring his body temperature down, and called the emergency vet.
Because he couldn't pant.
He couldn't pant, he couldn't drink. And I called the emergency vets, and they told me just to monitor him. And he got better, so I didn't end up taking him to the vet. But they did tell me that if he had been there longer, he would have
Don't tell me
died.
what they told you. Muzzle was tight on his face. Couldn't pant, which means you can't get rid of the heat.
Right.
Couldn't drink. Okay. Did you discuss that with her?
Yes, I was actually very upset when it happened, but I realized by the time she got home about 4 hours later, I didn't want any kind of confrontation, so I just calmly said, please don't do this. You know, it put him at danger, and I don't want to, you know, he could have died.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Tara Burke claims former roommate Rebecca Martins forced her to move. Tara says Rebecca is running an illegal massage business.
So what happened next?
I basically stayed in my room that night. The next day I went to work. It wasn't until 2 nights later. Miss Martinson was getting ready for bed, and I informed her that I didn't think the situation was going to work out and gave her my notice.
Okay.
The next night I got home at about 8 o'clock, and Miss Martins was in a rage. And she asked me if I'd found a place yet. And I told her no, of course I hadn't. We had just spoken about it the night before. And at that point, she started screaming at me and, you know, saying that I use the house as a hotel and I've been gone all day. And I said, I have a job. Of course I've been gone all day. And she said, well, you're off at 3. You know, it's 8 o'clock. Where have you been all this time? And I was actually shocked that she would even be questioning me on that. And she's just a roommate. So basically, she started getting more and more aggravated and informed me that if I left for work the next morning, she was going to throw my belongings out on the lawn and change the
That's not
locks. at which point I told her that she couldn't do that, that wasn't legal. And she started, saying, well, you can sue me, but that won't do you any good. And I said, well, you're out of control. And I reached for the phone to grab 911, and she came after me.
No.
So I ran out the side door of the house, and I ran to the neighbor's house and called 911 and waited at the neighbor's house for the police to show up. The police showed up, and they spoke to each one of us separately. They came out and told me that it was illegal for her to do that, and if she were to try to do that, that I should call them back and they would come back and arrest her, and that I should try to get out as quickly as possible, and I told them that I would.
So you moved out the next day?
Yes. And the entire time I was moving out, she was behind me screaming and threatening me. And
okay, so you moved out on the 16th?
Correct.
Okay, now let's hear your version.
Okay, it's really not quite what she said.
Just tell me your version, I'll decide.
She comes to visit on my ad. I liked her, I let her move in. Everything was okay. She paid me the money. The dogs came after, about 3 days later, and they were a problem from the onset.
But she told you she had dogs before.
Right, but she also told me it was a 7-year-old Rottweiler, and it was a 2-year-old lab that was very well behaved. They were not. The 7-year-old was in heat, and the male was very aggressive. I have pictures of where he bit my dog. He bit my dog 3 times, and that is the reason the muzzle was put on. And she was the one that told me, if they get out of hand, put the muzzle on it, it's in the garage. So that is why I did that after my dog was bitten. And the reason why I had the fight with her at all was because she wasn't looking after her dogs. They had escaped from the yard twice. I have a witness here to testify that they ended up down the block twice. And so she brought me into it saying I had to go look for the dogs.
So let's go back to the 14th of August, a couple of days before she moved out.
Actually, we need to go back up to the first week. After the first week, she got upset because of having a friend over, and she said she saw what she saw. I never saw it, denied it.
That's incorrect.
So that day, she said, I can't handle this. I'm giving you my 2-week notice.
Okay.
So then on the 14th,
Your Honor, that's
she reiterated to me that she was moving out at the same point that we fought over the dogs. I said, your dog's in heat. The male dog is beating up my dog. You need to separate them. And then she did. She put them a few days earlier in the dog run, but then there's no shade there. So I had to keep giving them buckets of water. I had to keep hosing them down. Meanwhile, I have a sick baby in the house.
Okay,
and so,
so now we're at the
inconvenience
14th and 15th. Go ahead.
Right. And so I told her, I said, you're not looking after your animals. I'm not looking after them tomorrow. I said, I am not looking after your pets one more day. This is not a daycare for animals. It's not included with the rent.
Okay.
So she got all mad at me. She grabbed my phone. She ran to her room. Of course, I followed her because she had my phone in her hand. I didn't agree to let her use my phone. And so she goes, I'm calling 911. I'm like, for what? And so she exited out the side door of her room, and she went outside because I unplugged the phone in the living room so she couldn't use the phone.
Why did you do that?
Because she grabbed my phone. She didn't have permission to use it.
Well, you knew she was calling the police.
She said she was. I didn't know what she was
Well,
going to do.
who did she think she was going to call?
I don't know. I wasn't really sure, but I didn't want her using my phone.
Go ahead.
So I unplugged it, and so she couldn't use it. So then I guess she went to the neighbors.
Right.
The police
She called
came.
the police.
Right.
Police told you couldn't evict her.
And I said, well, she gave her 2-week notice, and it's up tomorrow.
But she's already paid up till the end of the month.
She gave her 2-week notice.
She's paid up till the end of the month.
Okay, well, I had someone else that wanted to move in because she had given her notice.
Okay, so she moved out the next day.
She moved her dogs at 9 in the morning, and I thought, great, the dogs are gone. Then she came back a couple hours, and after her and her friend had berated me, and that's why the police were called again that day, and they came to keep the peace. So the police were there the day she moved out.
Good.
With her truck, and upon leaving, she decided to vandalize my car. I have pictures here. She scratched to 3-foot scratch across my brand new car.
Who saw her do that?
The neighbor across the street.
Where's the neighbor?
They didn't want to be on camera.
Everybody doesn't want to be on camera. You must have people who are wanted for something. Let me explain something to you. I take testimony.
Right.
I'll hear a witness.
Yes, there is a witness here.
Who?
Carrie is a neighbor down the block that testified to her dogs being out.
I'm not interested in the dogs being out. I'm interested in vandalizing your car.
Oh, this is the picture.
I'm not interested in the picture. I'm interested in somebody who saw her vandalize your car.
Well, I didn't see her actually do it.
Fine.
But
Let's
she
move
was
on.
standing next to the car.
Let's move on. I'm going to deal with the counterclaim first.
Right.
Damage to the car I've dealt with. I don't have anybody who saw her do it. What about a fence?
Yes. The fence was destroyed by her dogs.
Let me see. Does your dogs do this?
I have no idea. This is the first I've heard of it. She has a dog as well, so I don't know whether mine
How did they do this to the fence?
The Rottweiler dug under the fence, and the lab started chewing on the fence and ripped it off. I made a police report the day that the police came to keep the peace, and they saw it, and they made a note of it in the
Your
report.
Honor, I'm the one who called the police.
Just a second.
No, you didn't.
Just a second. You have a police report?
I
this fence?
called the police
Do you have
that
a police
day.
report about the fence?
They didn't say it in there, but they want to know about the car incident as well.
I don't know about the car. I'm talking about the fence.
It doesn't say anything about the fence, but it shows
Fine.
an investigation.
Fine. I want to know about the fence.
Right.
You said
this is the whole incident.
Is there anything in there about the fence? The answer
It
is
doesn't
yes
say the
or
word
no.
fence.
Now, reimbursements of cleaning costs. What are the cleaning costs?
Yes, $70 per hour, 2-hour minimum.
For what?
For cleaning up the state of the room that she left it. I have pictures of the way she left the room.
Can I see it, please?
And you have to look closely on the floor. There's about an inch thick of dog hair.
This is the room the way she left it?
On the floor, yeah.
Pretty clean to me. Next.
There's dog hair on. No, look on the floor.
I'm looking at the floor.
Okay, and the
Looks pretty clean to you?
Looks clean to me.
Next. What else?
Okay.
Defamation of character and miscellaneous expenses.
Right, the biting of my dog
Forget it.
was a show dog.
Okay, good.
Okay. The dog.
Ms. Martins, I'm not going to torture you anymore. Let me give it to you as I see it, madam.
Okay.
The plaintiff wanted a roommate.
Yes.
She wanted to live with someone. She answered your ad.
Yes.
In good faith, she came. You asked her for $400 security.
Yes.
She gave you $400 security.
Yes.
She agreed to move in. She moved in on or about the 25th of July. She paid you the entire amount of rent
Yes.
so that she was all paid up through the end of August. She was so uncomfortable with the situation there that she saw so uncomfortable that according to you, she was so upset that your friend was doing business out of your house that after 1 week, she said, I can't stay here anymore. You know, this is not good for me. You know, I'm not going to jeopardize my life by staying here. We'll have a police raid here and I'm going to get caught in the middle of this thing. So according to you, after 1 week, she said, I'm moving.
Right.
Now, she's all paid up till the end of August. You can't throw her out.
I didn't throw her. I just wanted her dogs to behave.
And how did you expect to do that?
She bought a barking collars for them, but she didn't put the batteries in. She refused to put batteries in.
So my
things.
question to you is, you were both unhappy with this arrangement.
Yes.
Clearly, she was unhappy with the kind of business being conducted out of your home, and you were unhappy with her barking dogs. So clearly this was a situation that should just go away by her moving out. Right?
Yes.
Perfect. What monies do you think you are owed? Listen to me carefully, because her counterclaim is gone. I'm dismissing it. She has no counterclaim.
Right.
But what about her scratching my car? I mean, that's a $400 damage.
I don't believe she did it.
I didn't.
Since I don't believe very much else of what you tell me, Miss Martins, I don't believe that she scratched your car.
She scratched my car.
Okay, good. Where did you go after you left her house?
A good friend of mine, when he actually heard what was happening in the house, had been telling me, get out, I have a 3-bedroom house, you can stay with me. I felt my duty as a tenant was to give notice, so I didn't, okay.
Just answer my question.
My friend's house.
Are you still there?
No, I found a place.
You found a place in a roommate situation?
Very nice roommate, though.
Okay.
And she has a normal job.
Your Honor, was not working out of my house. She was there with a boyfriend. I mean, you're claiming that she was working out of my house. She's not
Listen.
at work. She's a flight attendant.
Let me tell you this. Whatever she was doing in your house when you weren't there,
I was
according
there.
to you, listen to me, you're not getting it. Are you thick? I tried to explain it. I will do it one more time. She came, she gave you money. According to you, she gave you notice within 1 week that because of the things that she was observing in your house and she was so distressed, she was giving you notice. That's according to you.
Well, she could
Now,
see
just
through
a second.
walls?
Just a second. What I'm telling you is, based upon what you told me, after 1 week of living in your house.
She was complaining, yes. No, is very attractive and very thin, and she was calling her a crack because of her thinness and her wanting to swim in my
Miss
pool
Martins,
naked.
Miss Martins, there is no question in my mind that the
She was
plaintiff.
jealous of her.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,100. That's all.
Parties are excused and they step out. All parties on Habib versus Fields. Step forward, please.
27-year-old tutor Nafisa Habib is suing her ex-boyfriend's friend, 28-year-old bakery worker Anise Fields, for smashing her windshield with a baseball bat.
Ms. Habib, both you and the defendant have a child.
Yes.
And that child was fathered by the same person.
Yes.
So that's how you know each other.
Yes, ma'am.
And I would assume that you don't like each other.
I have no problem with that.
Well, then you think she doesn't like you.
I guess, yes.
Because it's your claim that she smashed the windshield of your car.
Yes, ma'am.
When did this take place?
On January 12, 2001.
Where?
His uncle's house where he was staying there at the time.
This is the father?
Yes.
Of both children?
Yes, ma'am.
You have any other children?
Yes, I do.
How many?
4.
4 other ones?
4 children altogether.
Altogether. How old is your child?
My child is 3.
And yours?
He's 3. My child's 1 month older than her son.
Tell me how it happened that you happened to be in the same location.
January 12th, he called me and asked me to bring over my daughter. He doesn't see her a lot, so I brought her over.
To where he was staying?
Yes. While we were there, I was downstairs in like the lounge area in the basement, and he was upstairs. And I heard some banging on the door. I thought he had locked himself outside the house. So I called upstairs, Rude Boy, did you lock yourself outside?
What's his name?
Rude Boy. By that time, he came downstairs. He said, Anise is outside.
Anise,
Yes.
that's you.
Me. Yeah. I said, are you going to let her in? He said, no, she's upset. She's going to want to fight. I said, fight who? That's when she busted the basement window. She had a bat in her hand, and I saw her. Rude Boy ran upstairs. I stayed downstairs. They were outside. I heard her yelling, what do you think, I'm stupid? Is she in there? Is she in there? I heard him yelling. He said, I'm going to call the police. He came in the house. Apparently, she left. He came downstairs. He didn't call the police. We started cleaning up the glass. At that time, I said, Rude Boy, let me drop you off at work. When I went to my car, opened my door, I saw the glass on my seat and saw she bust my windshield. I switched cars with my father and I went to her house. She invited me in. We talked for a while. The end result of the conversation was that Anise said she was going to pay for my windshield when she got her school money because she didn't have any money at the time. The very next day, after Anise busted my windshield, she called me and she apologized continuously. Nafisa, I'm sorry, this is not me. I don't go around busting girls' windshields. I felt sorry for Anise because I know how it is for a brother to allow you to believe that it's all about you and it's not all about you. So I felt sorry for her. I said, no problem, Anise, when you get the money.
So, bottom line is, you saw her with a bat break the basement window.
Yes.
But not your car window.
No.
But she did, in fact, tell you that she would pay for it. Okay, let me hear you.
She's lying. Basically.
Why don't you just tell me what happened? You went over
I wasn't there. No, I was not there. No.
Just a second. Are you telling me that you never went to the house?
Yes, that's what I'm telling you.
I think you have to come up with a better story than that. I'm going to tell you why. Because I believe her when she says that you came to the house. Mm-hmm. I believe her when she says that she saw you with a bat in your hand and that there was glass downstairs at the basement window. So I think we're going to start over again.
She's lying. He lives there. So he was there. So he can tell you. I was not there.
All right.
She's lying. I don't know. My basement window never got broke. I don't know how you can see somebody break the basement window from the basement. I don't know what she's talking about. Prior to this, she said I broke her window, busted her car up. She told my grandmother I did it. She let a friend of mine use her car. He crashed her car up. She said I did it. I don't know nothing about what this is about.
Ma'am, I'm sorry, Miss Judy, Judge Judy. I'm trying to be calm because I want to cry because I cannot believe that Jamar would sit up here and lie. He was supposed to watch Hanifa, but he said that he couldn't watch her. I didn't even know he was going to be here. Rude Boy, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Shh. Don't talk to him.
I'm sorry.
Can I see the police report, please?
Yes, ma'am. Miss Judge Judy, he also told me, Rude Boy himself told me that Anise had intentions several times to pay you for your car windshield, but things that came up. When I went to her house, I met her mother, I met her daughter, Asia.
You brought your daughter to
I met her son.
No. Okay, just a minute. Wait.
Oh, God.
I can't believe you, Rude Boy.
I can't believe you.
Oh, it's over.
Never was anything.
Whatever, Rude Boy. Whatever.
If you talk amongst yourselves, you're leaving.
Excuse me.
Tell me why you reported this to the police 2 days later.
Well, I believed in when she said she was going to pay me for the windshield, and when she called me the very next day after it happened, I believed her. I believed it. My father said, Nafisa, cover your tracks. If you get a police report, then at least you have that in case you have to take her to court. I did not believe it was going to have to go this far. It's only $183. I'm not asking her for cab money or the inconvenience she put me. My sister had to come and get me several times to pick up my children. I worked 2 jobs. I raised 4 children by myself. I don't have time for this. This is so juvenile.
Mr. Jones, do you currently have a relationship with any of the 3 or 4 women?
This one here.
This
No,
one.
he doesn't.
Shh,
I'm sorry.
No.
I apologize.
No.
I'm sorry.
So you currently have a relationship with a niece.
Yes.
How long have you had that relationship with a niece?
Since last year, we started dating each other and being in a relationship last summer.
How many children do you 2 have together?
1.
1.
Your other 2 children, do they have the same mother?
No.
What do you do for a living?
My teacher aide, bus aide.
Nothing.
Shh.
I'm sorry. I apologize. He's lying. I'm sorry.
Well, how was she taking me to work if she came over?
Just listen to me.
She's making up stuff.
Listen to me.
I'm sorry. I understand. I apologize.
Teachers' aid, bus aides don't
Yes.
make a lot of money.
Small money.
Small money doesn't make 4 children.
No, I make 4 children, but my money take care of my children.
Impossible. Impossible. Okay. Do you work, Anise?
Yes.
What kind of work do you do?
I work at a bakery.
How many children do you have?
5.
Do all 5 children live with you?
Yes.
You make a lot of money in the bakery?
No, I don't. I also go to school.
How is your family subsidized?
From me working and going to school.
How much money do you make at the bakery?
I make $5.50 an hour.
$5.50 an hour gross does not support 6 people, and he certainly doesn't make enough to support you and your children. What kind of work do you do?
I tutor children full-time, and I work at a floral shop part-time.
How many children do you have?
4.
What other support do you get for your children?
I receive food stamps, and that helps a great deal.
How old are your other children, Mr. Jones?
10, 2.
So you have a new child, not with either one of these 2 women.
Yes.
And shortly after that child was born, you renewed your relationship with a niece. Is that right?
Yes.
Excuse me, Miss.
Shh. $183 is what the windshield cost you?
Yes, ma'am.
Pay it. $183. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Berrios versus Rivera, step forward, please. Your Honor, this is case number 456 on the calendar in the matter of Wells versus Howells. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Ladies, have seats, please.
Mr. Wells, according to what I've read, sir, you and the defendant had a glorious 11-year relationship. Sometimes on, sometimes off. Now it's off. It's over. But about 2 years ago, when it was over, it is your claim that Miss Howells, while you were incarcerated on some kind of domestic dispute, she stole all of your personal property. So that's the first part of your lawsuit, that you want your personal property from 2 years ago.
Yes.
Then, more recently, in 2002, you got back together again. And you claim that you proposed marriage, and you gave her a ring. And then a month or so later, the relationship ended for good, so you want the ring back.
Yes.
Miss Howells says that she deserves the ring. She doesn't even address the stuff, but she says she deserves the ring after 11 years of being with you. And she's counterclaiming because she says in November, which is the date of the final breakup, that you assaulted her, and she wants to be compensated for her pain and suffering, whatever medical bill she has. So I'm not going to get into what you say Miss Howells took 2 years ago, and I'm going to tell you why, sir. Have you been incarcerated for the last 2 years?
No.
Then would you like to tell me why you did not pursue this matter for 2 years?
Well, Your Honor.
I know who I am, so just tell me why.
The reason why is because we have been together and on and off so many times that I've lost count, and these things that I want are things that I bought with my own money. I've paid Ms. Howells numerous amounts of cash and dining and trips to Mexico, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and I've been slapped in the face, and I'd like to have my things back.
Well, you should have been more vigilant, Mr. Wells. Courts are set up to deal with divorces. They're not set up to deal with almost marrieds, almost togethers, 11-year relationships that don't pan out. You
Well-
had 2 years in which to act. You didn't. But I'm going to get to the ring for a second. Where's the ring, Miss Howells?
The ring, I returned to Costco in Medford, Oregon, and gave them a picture of the attack of my right arm, and they returned the money to me.
How much money did they return?
$1,099.
That's what you owe him. $1,099. Is that what you paid for the ring, Mr. Wells?
Yes.
An engagement ring is given in anticipation of getting married. You didn't get married, you don't keep the ring or the value thereof because you returned the ring. You don't keep the cash because you feel as if you deserve it. You don't. If you're foolish enough to live with somebody who abuses you and who makes your life miserable, that's your problem. You don't get to keep the ring. So you get $1,099, sir, on your complaint.
Okay.
Now we're going to get to your counterclaim. I want you to tell me what happened in November when you claimed that Mr. Wells assaulted you.
Okay, Mr. Wells and I, being he was having some behavior problems, I was going to drive us to a Christian marriage counseling. It was a 2-day seminar. We tried to find the place where it was going to take place and could not find it. So we decided to just go to dinner and, and forget about it. So we went to dinner, had a couple drinks, and then on the way home, we stopped at this nightclub. It's a steakhouse nightclub. He started verbally accusing me things of looking at some guy in the bar and things like that, starting a fight. And I was having a good time. And anyway, so we get to my home, and, it escalated. So we get out of the car, go in the house, and he all of a sudden just turned into a totally different person and told me that, called me some names, and then he told me he was going to kick that TV in, the big screen TV, and he was going to slap me in my face, and he was going to walk out the door and get a taxi and go home. Well, he didn't have any money. So he grabbed my phone and proceeded out the door with it. I said, "Give me my phone back." Anyway, he slammed it down on the cement. I said, "Scott, calm down." He came back inside my home, and he just was out of control. I said, "I will give you the money to take a taxi, if that's your big, thing." I go, "Why can't you just get along with me and we can just, work this out? Why do you have to be like this?" And anyway, he grabbed my purse at one time, ran to the door, and then I ran after him and got my purse away because I had some money in it. We kind of backed up. I kind of backed to my kitchen counter, and something in my heart told me I just better make it to the door and scream because of the way he was carrying on and going out of his mind. And anyway, so I ran to the door, got the door open. I opened the door with my right hand, and and I got to scream out for help, and he immediately grabbed my right arm. It's really hard, and he covered up my mouth, dragged me to my office. It's a second bedroom I use for my office. He dragged me in there and told me the police are going to come, and how much he loved me, and he just carried on, please, tell him I left, because actually when he grabbed me on my arm and grabbed me around my face, I thought he was going to kill me.
Okay, so he grabbed you by the arm, put his hand across your mouth and said, "Please don't scream because the police are going to come.
Yes.
Tell them I'm not here."
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay, so then the police came, and anyway, he hid in my closet, and they pulled him out of the closet, but he had put something in one of my shoes.
What did he put in one of your shoes?
I have the police report, Your Honor.
What did he put in your shoe?
Meth, drugs.
Drugs. So who was arrested?
He was arrested.
What about
I didn't press charges.
What about you?
No, I went in and did a urinalysis in my bathroom. They gave me the cup, and I'm clean. What
about him?
No, they took him to jail.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I'm not a drug user.
So this was an isolated instance?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, right.
And later today,
Your Honor, she knew I was going in the hallway.
That doesn't mean anything if she knew you were going in the hallway, Miss Davis.
Yes, Your Honor. This is how it was.
No, it wasn't. Stop making it up as you're going along.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Charles Scott Wells says ex-fiancée Linda Howells owes for the return of property and an engagement ring. Linda says he bought the ring at Costco and she returned it.
All right, Mr. Wells, let's hear your version of the events of the 3rd of November, 2002.
Well, I call this the abuse of the legal system, and here's why. Ms. Howells had made a statement to her neighbor, if I'm murdered, then it's my boyfriend who did it. Well, that was early in the afternoon. Ms. Howells picks me up that evening, takes me out to dinner, takes me back to her house, goes outside, screams help. I get arrested. That's the short version of it. I mean, that's just one incident. And I've got proof right here.
I'd like to see it.
Also, Ms. Howells is sue crazy. She's got 7 lawsuits going. Here's one that's just recent, a whiplash case. That,
Shh, I'm not interested in a whiplash case. Let me see proof, sir.
This from here in the second page.
Why were you hiding in the closet?
The reason I was hiding in the closet is because of a incident that happened 2 years ago that was similar to this, where she had called the police, had me arrested, said that I had threatened her. I went to jail, and that's when I lost my belongings out of my house.
So is that why you were hiding? What about the drugs?
The drugs, I don't do drugs now as isolated incidents.
Just a second. What were the drugs doing in her shoe?
I had put them there.
Why?
Because when Miss Howells opened the door for the police, she said, he's hiding in the closet.
Well, what were you doing walking around with the drugs?
I was on my way.
Methamphetamine. What were you doing walking around with?
It was a foolish mistake, Your Honor. I mean, it was something I am very embarrassed about.
What did you plan to do with it, sir?
Pardon?
I mean, were you going to frame it?
I was going to snort it.
Had you snorted any of it before?
In the past?
Yes.
No, I'm not a drug user. It's
so this was an isolated instance?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, right. Were you given a urine test when you got to the precinct?
Yes.
Is it negative or positive?
I'm not sure what the results were.
Really? All right. Let me see your injuries, please.
Okay. And here's a copy of the police report, what happened. And then there's that on my arm. And then the incident of it was actually a year prior, November 23rd, 2001.
I'm not interested in what happened the year before. I'm not interested in his property that happened the year before. I'm not interested.
Okay.
Oh, this is a bad bruise.
Very bad. And I had a 5-hour shoulder surgery in 1997 on my shoulder.
Oh, please, I'm not interested in the year of the flood, madam.
And Your Honor, there was no...
No, Your Honor, it caused me paralysis, his grabbing me.
Okay, right now you look just fine, but he gave you a nasty bruise.
There was no report of that when the incident happened with the police. This is all fabricated.
Because I didn't press charges. I tried to protect you.
You admitted to the police, sir, that you last snorted the meth earlier that evening.
Yes, I did. Your Honor, I went down the wrong path there. And
fine, well then what you did, sir, you went down the wrong path, and what happened is...
But the drugs have not...
No, listen to me. You went down the wrong path, sir, and what happened when you go down the wrong path and you snort drugs earlier in the evening, your behavior changes. Mm-hmm. Even your memory of events change. Because what you told me happened was that she set you up that night.
She did.
That she came to take you to dinner, and she drove you home to her house, and then she ran outside and screamed for the police so that she could have you arrested. If that's really what you think, I feel sorry for you. If that's what you want me to believe, I feel sorry for me. Because it's not what happened, sir.
Well, Your Honor,
what happened is you got into an argument with her. You were behaving irrationally. You were a little bit sweaty. I don't know what your circumstance is as we stand here today, and I'm certainly not going to ask you, but I will tell you that night you were acting a little bit irrationally. She went outside and screamed for somebody to call the police, and you got busted, and you got busted for either a disturbance at her home and or the drug possession. You probably pled guilty to the drug possession. Is that a fair statement?
Well, Ms. Howells was arrested for marijuana that evening.
Did you?
And she was partying with me.
Did you plead guilty to the drug possession?
Yes, I did.
So that's over.
Yeah.
So that part is.
I haven't tried.
That part is over with. As part of what happened in the course of that evening, sir, you bruised her very badly because you didn't want to get. Oh yeah, you did.
That picture could be from anything. If she was injured, wouldn't she have told the police that night when I was arrested?
A black and blue mark like that doesn't come out 2 seconds later. It comes out. That's what happened. You grabbed her inside. You mean you didn't punch her? She didn't say he punched me, he kicked me in the back, he threatened to stab me. He said you grabbed her by the arm, which you did, in order to take her inside to shut her up. You were acting irrationally. I don't think that she was seriously injured that night. I don't believe that. But I believe she was injured sufficiently enough to cost you $1,099, which is the cost of the engagement ring. So your claim is dismissed, as is your counterclaim. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I feel like this is a defeat for men that have women abusing the legal system to get material things from men.
He makes up stories and he actually believes them.
Yeah, this is case number 397 on the calendar in the matter of Rogers versus Stowers. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Gentlemen, have seats.
Mrs. Rogers, you hired the defendant as a nanny, and she worked for you for a very short period of time before quitting. It is your claim that she owes you some money because you made travel arrangements for your family along with the defendant, and it was, you claim, her agreement that if she did not go on these trips with you, or this trip with you, she would pay you for her ticket. Ms. Stowers says that she quit after a couple of weeks because her job responsibilities increased. She wasn't happy about that. And that she did agree to reimburse you for any of your out-of-pocket expenses, which she did by sending you a check for change of name or whatever that had to be done to change the tickets. So why don't you tell me when she came to work for you?
She came to work for me in October, early October. And
she was hired as a result of an ad that you put in the paper?
Yes. Yeah.
And what were her job responsibilities?
At the time when I hired her, I explained that the job was a very busy job, that it wasn't for anybody that just wanted to babysit or sit and watch TV, that it was for a person that had a lot of energy, and it was a lot of laundry. I have 3 very busy kids running around, making messes all the time, and also that we had trips planned.
All right, 3 kids and laundry is what I hear so far.
And house cleaning. House cleaning nanny was the ad that I put in the paper.
You have a copy of the paper?
I'm afraid I don't, Your Honor.
What did the ad say?
It was for a mother's helper, and with light housekeeping, 3 kids.
Yes.
Your Honor, I never said anything about light house cleaning. I made it very clear that it was heavy house cleaning from the very beginning.
What was the ad?
The ad was for mother's helper, house cleaning, child care, homework, kind of a variety of positions.
Oh, not in the ad, madam. Miss Rogers, don't make it up as you're going. I've read lots of ads for mother's helpers, nannies, housekeepers. They don't go into homework. That doesn't happen. Yeah, and you don't have a copy of the ad?
No, I'm afraid I don't, but it did say schoolwork in the ad.
How large a house do you have?
Not a large house, Your Honor. It's
Why don't you tell me how large a house you have?
2-bedroom rambler with hardwood floors.
And you have 3 children. How old are they?
2, 5, and 11.
Do you work outside of the home?
No, I don't.
So it's really helping you?
Yes, it is. But most of the, I must add that most of the responsibility of the house cleaning is left to my mother's helper. And I make that very clear when I interview them, that I like to spend more time at my daughter's school and with her doing homework. And what I needed my helper to do is help keep the house clean and run the kids around to their activities.
And how much were you paying her for this job?
At that time...
How much were you being paid?
$1,500 a month.
And how many days a week were you working?
5 days a week.
How many hours a day?
It was usually 8 hours a day, sometimes more.
Okay. Now tell me about the lawsuit.
Okay. When I hired her, I made it quite clear that we had...
Just tell me what you said. Sorry, don't tell me what you made clear.
Okay, I said that we're taking these trips, and I need to make sure that you're happy with your job before we buy the tickets, because once we buy the tickets, we're locked in. And so I waited 3 weeks before I asked her how she was liking the job and if everything was cool for her. And she said it was, and that she was happy and that she was going to go on the trips with us. So at that time, my husband made the travel arrangements on the computer while we were all standing in the kitchen. My husband printed this out and gave her a copy of each of the trips, so she had a copy of her own, explaining when we would be gone and when we'd be coming back and where we would be going.
Go ahead.
And so everything was fine for a while. Nicole seemed like she was very quiet. And so I kept asking her, is everything okay, Nicole? Are you sure you're happy with your job and everything? She says, yeah, I'm fine. 2 to 3 weeks went by, and it was payday. And my husband paid Nicole, and she left, and everything was fine. And then the next morning, she called in sick. The next day was her day off. The following day, when she should have been there at 1 o'clock, she called me at 1 o'clock. She said that she'd found that the job was just too much work for her and that she wanted to spend more time with her boyfriend, John. At that time, I said, that's terrible because you're just leaving me hanging here. What am I going to do with the kids tonight? She knew I had an important engagement that I had to go to that evening. And I ended up having to call my parents. They're 72 years old, and have them come up to the house so they could watch the 3 children for me. And at that time, I said, Nicole, what about the plane tickets? We can't change the names on those. What are we going to do? And she said, I have the money in the bank, and I'm really sorry about leaving you hanging like this, but I'm going to reimburse you for the money. And she said that she wanted me to bring her a copy of the tickets. 2 days later, she gave me this letter and a copy of the check that she decided, she kind of added up what she felt she owed, which was not accurate.
Just a second.
Okay.
Okay, and she sent you a check for $172, which you didn't cash. Is
No.
that right? Okay. All right, now, what do you claim she owes you for?
I claim that she owes me for the third trip that we could not change the name.
Third trip is to where?
It's to, Darren, was it to Miami?
Fort Lauderdale.
To Fort Lauderdale.
When is that trip scheduled for?
That is April.
April 3rd or 4th.
April 3rd. I was under the impression I could not change the name on the first ticket, and this is a document saying that the electronic, these cannot be changed, and that was why I was under the impression that she would owe me for that full amount on the first ticket that she paid me. $50, was that correct, Darren?
Yes.
But you could change the name.
We found that we could change the name.
Right, okay.
So that's not what we're suing her for.
All right, Nicole?
Yes.
Let me hear your end of the story.
Well, when I first started working for him, it was a nanny job. I was there to take care of the kids and clean up after the kids. It changed, like, after about 2 weeks, it changed from watching the kids and taking care of the kids to being their maid, basically. I was mopping their floors, cleaning their bathrooms, ironing, cleaning up after the dog, everything. The second day I worked there, she asked me if I wanted to go on the trip with them to the Caribbean in January. And I said yes, because it's 3 months away. I was doing okay in the job, like it felt comfortable, but it was only the second day. So I agreed to go with them on that trip, and I agreed to pay for the trip if I backed out, if I quit, which I paid for when I quit. As far as the one in
How
April,
much was that, the change of name on that trip in January?
Well, they gave me, I have the letter here that they wrote me, and he originally wanted me to pay $359 for the ticket, but I called Alaska Air to see how much the ticket was, and I found out that he bought it with his mileage, and he only paid $5 for it.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I can understand why she quit. Easy. It was a lot of work, and you were not paying her a lot of money.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Leslie Rogers says former nanny Nicole Stowers agreed to accompany her family on a vacation. Leslie says right before the trip, Nicole quit.
How did he pay $5 for it?
Because he used his miles off his card, so he paid $5 for the ticket.
Is that right, sir?
I bought 6 tickets.
Is that correct?
2 of the tickets I paid $364. 4 of the tickets I bought with miles. I'm not suing her for that ticket at all.
I understand that you're not suing her for that ticket. You did write her a note, however, that says, Nicole, you can still use these tickets for a round trip to Miami, round trip to Fort Lauderdale, and the Miami trip cost $359, and the Fort Lauderdale trip cost $365, which indicated that you expected her to pay for these.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. I understand why, listen, I understand that you are annoyed, Miss Rogers, that she left you in a lurch without giving you adequate notice. I understand that. I also understand that for $375, you're asking her to not only act as the nanny, but you're asking her to do house cleaning, not light house cleaning, house cleaning. It was a lot of work, and you were not paying her a lot of money. So I can understand why she quit. Easy. And you did not have any prearrangement with her, even according to your own testimony, Miss Rogers. No prearrangement with her that she was going to pay for this Fort Lauderdale trip. According to your own testimony, what you said was when you called her afterwards, she said she feels really badly and she's going to reimburse you for what you were out of pocket on the ticket. That's what you just testified to. That's what you just testified to. You said you were standing around. You said, shall I book these tickets? She said, yes, you can book these tickets. And we were all standing around in the kitchen and we booked the tickets. Then you said after she quit, and you called her and you said, you're leaving me in a lurch. She said, yes, I understand. And what about the tickets? And she said, we'll reimburse you for whatever out of pocket was. There was not a prearrangement when you bought these tickets, especially in April, that you bought in when? October or November? You don't have indentured servants these days, Miss Rogers. Something could happen in 6 months or 8 months' time. So if your husband bought tickets on miles Maybe you should have saved his miles and bought the one for Fort Lauderdale. I think she's a very nice young lady for sending you $172. If I were you, I would cash the check. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She was lying and saying that it was more work than I had told her from the beginning, and that's not true.
If I wouldn't have quit on payday, I would have been the one suing them for my wage.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Griffin versus Harris. Step forward, please.
Sales rep Aaron Griffin is suing his ex-girlfriend, nurse's aide Darlene Harris, for the return of his personal property and for having him falsely arrested. Darlene says Aaron broke into her apartment.
Mr. Griffin, you are suing the defendant, who was your former girlfriend, because you say she had you falsely arrested for burglarizing her property, when what you were actually trying to do was to get some of your stuff out because she had thrown you out. Ms. Harris said that you did in fact break in and all the property that you wanted belonged to her. Is that right?
Right.
Were you living together?
I had my own home.
Is that right?
No, he was living in my house.
Did he also have his own home?
Well, yes.
What was your stuff doing in her apartment?
We had decided to spend 2 weeks together. After a few days, I recognized that she didn't have some items. She didn't have a television in the bedroom. She didn't have a living room set. So I decided to move some of my belongings from my home over to her residence.
What did you move over?
I brought over my living room set, a television.
Which consisted of what?
Consisted of a cherry oak table, 8 chairs. I also brought over a 19-inch television, a portable CD player, my clothing, some dishes, glasses, silverware, and also...
She didn't have any of that stuff?
She had some of it, but incomplete sets.
She didn't have enough for you to eat off for 2 weeks?
Well, I wanted to assist, and as I said...
You wanted to assist in what?
Assist her in some of the items that she didn't have.
And so after 2 weeks, it didn't work out. What happened, Mr. Griffin?
Well, we had planned to get married, and there was an issue in that I was still married and needed to get a divorce.
That's what Miss Harris said.
Yeah.
That's what Miss Harris said. She said when you brought the 8 chairs in, she didn't know you still had 8 chairs and a wife. Okay, so what happened?
She didn't apparently want to wait until I could get a divorce. So I decided that it was time for me to move out. That Monday morning, we had one final argument, and I left, but I did leave my belongings in the residence. The argument had gotten very bitter, and I decided that it was just best if I leave at that point.
That was smart.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Upon my return, I found that the defendant was not in her residence, and the door was locked. She had given me a key when I first arrived from Texas.
But she took the key off the ring.
Right, unbeknownst to me.
How do you retrieve your articles?
Well, actually, I came in through the side window. I kind of pushed it up and climbed in.
No, but how do you get them? You brought over table, chairs, TVs, CDs. Where are you going to put all this stuff?
Well, I was going to place all of the items that I could carry into my vehicle.
What kind of vehicle do you have?
A Mercury Sable.
So one of those expandable Mercury Sables?
No, Your Honor. It's average size.
So you weren't planning too well?
I guess not, no.
So what happened? You crawl into the house and you open up a window, crawl into the house, and what happened next, sir?
I commenced to packing my clothing and my luggage, and the doorbell rang. And when the doorbell rang, I went to the door thinking it was the defendant.
It wasn't the defendant, it was the...
Police, right. It was the police upon me opening the door, but I thought it was the defendant.
Okay, what you thought. What you thought was irrelevant.
Okay.
It's okay, so you opened the door and it was the police. Go ahead.
Correct. They asked me what my name was. I said Aaron Griffin. They said, you're now under arrest, and they charged me with burglary. The defendant indicated that she didn't know me.
Really?
I had broken in.
Just a second. Did you tell the police you didn't know him?
No.
No, I never told. No.
Should have told him to call his wife. She knows him.
Very well.
Were you there when she said she didn't know you?
They were actually leading me down the stairs of the porch.
And
she was standing in front of the house with the police.
Yes.
She said, she didn't know me, that I had broken in.
That's pretty nasty if you did it.
I never said that. I never said that.
Okay, so let's talk about this report that you made to the police. Tell me about that.
I was coming up my street with my sister-in-law, and I saw his vehicle in my driveway. Shouldn't have been in my driveway because I had taken the key off the key ring. I was scared. We had an argument, you know, and I was...
So you called the police?
I called the police, and they met me at my house. They saw the window, and they arrested him.
They saw the window what?
It was broken.
How was it broken? The glass was broken?
Yes.
Did you break the glass?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Oh, you've left that out. You said you just pushed the window up a little bit. So you broke the window to get in?
Yes, I did.
That's not false arrest. You can't do that. It's not your house. You can't break a window to get in. So that takes care of your false arrest charge. Now you want all your furniture back.
Yes, I do.
Table, 8 chairs, 19-inch television, CD, dishes. You have all that stuff?
No, I do not.
Where is it?
I put it into the trash. I got rid of it.
Oh, no, Miss Harris, listen to me. You know how I caught him in fibs? That's a fib. You want to tell me what you did with his table and 8 chairs?
That's what I did with it.
Well,
I woke up one day and I was upset and I didn't want any reminder of him in my house, and I put that stuff out.
You put it out? Good.
Yes.
You pay for it. That was the wrong thing to do.
Well,
that was the wrong thing to do.
We were getting married and had a wife.
Listen to me. That was the wrong thing for you to do. You acted impulsively, and it was the wrong thing to do, so you have to pay for it.
Your Honor.
A, I don't believe that you just took it outside and threw it out. You may have given it to somebody.
Well, people in the neighborhood, I'm sure they came and took the stuff up off the curb.
Including
but
the television?
Exactly what,
including the television set?
Yes.
That's fine, then you pay for it. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,250. But that's it, Mr. Griffin. That's all.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Olenichuk Robinson versus Crandall. Step forward, please.
21-year-old homemaker Jennifer Olenichuk and her boyfriend, carpenter Michael Robertson, are suing their former friend, 22-year-old fast food worker Jennifer Crandall, for money owed and for vandalism to their property.
Ms. Olenichuk, you and the defendant were good friends, according to what I've read, for about 7 years. And there came a time, this past summer, that, according to you at least, the defendant was thrown out of her house. She lived with her parents or her mother, along with her child. And you volunteered to take her into your house that you share with your boyfriend.
Right.
She did, in fact, move in with you. And when was that?
June 1st, 2002.
And how old is your child?
11 months old.
And the child came with you?
Yes.
And it was your agreement, according to you, that she would take care of some chores around the house, pay some minimal rent.
Right.
You'll claim it didn't work out. You told her to leave because you believed that she had stolen some money from you. You changed the locks on the door. She came home. She got angry when she found out the locks would change. She vandalized your house, vandalized your car. Ms. Crandall says she owes you nothing. She didn't cause any damage.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
It appeared that she was drinking. We were screaming at each other and yelling. She went to her car, got a crowbar out of her trunk, and went at my trunk with her crowbar.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Jennifer Olenichuk and her boyfriend Michael Robertson claim former roommate Jennifer Crandall owes for vandalism to their property and unpaid rent. Jennifer says the couple locked her out.
So when did you find that she had stolen money from you? What makes you think she stole money from you?
On August 8th, I was at work. I got paid $200 in cash. I came home late that night. We had a fight because I had used Jenny's car to go to work, and I came home late.
So she was angry with you?
Yes, very angry. We went to bed very late. The next morning, we woke up, and Jenny was gone with Cheyenne, and I went in my purse, and I was missing a $100 bill. Usually she left a note when she left. She left no note that morning, and she didn't call right away. She didn't call for a few hours after that. Then when I did talk to her when she called, she had told me that her and her sister-in-law had been at the mall getting some toys for Cheyenne and this, that, and the other. And I had asked her, you know, well, you were kind of broke yesterday. And she had told me that she took exactly $100 off of an account that she has at the bank.
Okay. So?
After that, she didn't come home all day. I went back and forth with deciding whether or not I actually wanted to be kind of mean about it and just do things the way I did. And at like the last minute I decided. and I packed up all her and her child's stuff and put it outside. She came home about 5 minutes later, and that's when things just escalated. I was in the house the whole time watching out the window. It appeared that she was drinking. She, of course, tried to get in the door to come upstairs, and she noticed that the locks was changed, and there was a lot of yelling going on. She then started throwing rocks at the windows because I live on the second story, and sometimes you don't hear people knocking. Then it went from that to, of course, I didn't open the window or answer at all. I was scared that if I went downstairs...
You weren't sure about it.
That if I went downstairs, there'd be a physical confrontation, which didn't need to happen after everything else. She used the neighbor's phone and called about, 6 or 7 times. Why don't you come downstairs? This is ridiculous. You're being a...
Why did you decide to go the nasty route? I mean, you said I debated whether or not to go the nasty route back and forth, and finally I decided to go the nasty route. Why?
Well, and we've had a lot of problems with the friendship in the last 7 years, and the night before, like I said, we had gotten in a big fight.
Because you used her car, and you kept the car out longer than you were supposed to. That was the wrong thing to do.
Right.
So why did that end up with you doing the nasty thing and throwing her things out?
Because it was very, very loud and escalated the night before. We were screaming at each other and yelling, and I said, okay, I've already apologized 3 or 4 times, I'm sorry. And finally I was just like, well, why don't you just leave then? And when I said, why don't you just leave, she said, no, I'm not leaving. Well, then when the stuff happened the next morning, I was scared that, again, inside my house this time, I would have the same fight of, no, I'm not going to leave. So I just did things the way that I did, more or less to save.
Nasty.
Right, very nasty.
So what do you think she owes you?
The night that the whole thing happened, August 9th, after she was angry that I changed the locks, she was trying to kick in my door. It didn't open, but she messed up the door. I do have pictures. We had to replace the lock again after I just changed it. The molding was pulled away from the door, and then after that, she realized, I don't know if she realized she wasn't going to get it open, or she just got sick of kicking at it. She went over to her car, and she was yelling stuff about, she had some tools that were stored in my trunk because I have a very small apartment. She went to her car, got a crowbar out of her trunk, and went at my trunk with her crowbar.
Anybody ever tell you that you had to give her some notice before you changed the locks on her? You just locked her out with her 11-month-old baby.
She was already planning on moving.
What I'm telling you is, you did it in a disorganized fashion over an incident that was your fault. You took her car and kept it without her permission.
No, that's not why I kicked her out. The reason I kicked her out was the money.
She's not the only one who lives in your house.
No, but
She's not the only one who lives in your house?
Right.
I don't know whether she took your money or not. You still are obliged. She's a rent-paying tenant to give her notice, and you didn't. You just can't say, well, I don't like this tenancy anymore. I'm changing the locks and throwing your stuff out. That doesn't work. And you yourself told me, kept going back and forth and back and forth. Should I do this the nasty way or the nice way? Nasty or nice? And at the last minute, you decided to do it the nasty way.
Right, or I could have had a broken house and a fist fight in my living room.
That's possible. You could have also had the police there. But you have to give her a 30-day notice. Or give her 5 days. Or something.
Well, she did. She had a week and a half. There was a day already set for her to move out.
So?
Well, I was already a ton of money in the hole from
Just a second.
rent.
What date was she supposed to move out?
The 14th.
The 14th.
And what day was this?
The 9th. When the incident happened.
Change the rules. You get nothing. See, you didn't have to say a word. That's all. Case is dismissed.
This is case number 399 on the calendar in the matter of Acosta versus Navarro. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Mr. Acosta, this is your wife?
Yes, it is.
From what I understand from your complaint, your wife has a child.
Correct.
You're the father of that child.
Yes.
You used to be her boyfriend?
Boyfriend.
How long have you been married?
Going on 2 years.
And you have another child?
Yes, I do.
A baby. According to you, Mr. Acosta, during an exchange of visitation between your wife and Mr. Navarro, could you sit down, please? Good. You were assaulted by him.
Correct.
And Mr. Navarro said that you were the aggressor. I gather that this exchange takes place at a police precinct.
Correct.
Why, Mr. Acosta?
Well, he used to be able to pick her up at my house, but see, every time he picked up my house, he'd always threaten me and everything like that.
So initially the visitation provided that you pick up, it's your daughter?
Yes.
That you pick up your daughter at the house. What happened?
Just from prior experiences before, me and him get into altered arguments. And
why should you get into an argument?
A lot of times it was things that were passed from my Mrs. Acosta, we would have a dispute or something about my daughter, and then...
When would you have these disputes? At the time when you would pick up the child or return her for visitation?
Well, usually it'd be like before I got there on the phone, we would call and I'd had a little dispute, and then once we got there to exchange my daughter, it would always come up, and I'd try to talk, or we would try to...
What did you fight about?
Pickup times, maybe being late 10 minutes, not complete information about hospital appointments and stuff like that.
When was this visitation that resulted in an assault, Mr. Acosta?
October 16th.
Why don't you tell me what happened?
Well, we're driving, me and my wife were in the car, we're driving up to the police station. I was parked.
When had Mr. Navarro had his visitation? Was this a Sunday or a Saturday?
It was a Wednesday.
When did you pick your daughter up?
I picked her up that day from school, and I kept her for the evening and dropped her off at
Is that what your visitation
Yes.
schedule provides?
Yes.
Wednesday after school?
Yes.
So you picked her up from school, and what time were you supposed to exchange her at the precinct?
At 7 o'clock.
And you were there at 7?
Yes, I was there before.
And were you there at 7?
Yes, I was.
Tell me what happened.
Well, when I got into the police department, to the driveway, the defendant was sitting there with his hands folded to his chest, just giving me bad looks. Me and my wife were looking at each other and go, something's wrong. And, so as soon as we parked, she told me, he's still looking at you. So I told my wife, just go in the police station, do the exchange, and let's go.
You remained in your car?
Yes, I remained in my car.
And I see that your baby was in the car as
Correct.
well. How old is your baby?
She's 17 months.
Go ahead.
Okay, she went there to wait for him to come to the office. He still stayed outside, standing by his truck, giving me bad looks. Then, after 5 minutes later, he grabbed the daughter, went to the police station. I seen him and my wife arguing back and forth. He still had my stepdaughter in his hands.
How did you see them arguing?
The windows are see-through. You can see right through the windows. They're just arguing. Okay, after that, he came outside, like, fast-pacing to my car, cursing at me and saying effing this, get the F out of the car. I go, well, what's wrong? He's, oh, you hit my kid. I go, hit your kid? I go, I didn't even hit your kid. I go, why would I hit your kid? I treat your kid as she was mine.
Where was your daughter at the time, sir, when you came out of the precinct?
She was in my arms.
Go ahead.
Okay, while his daughter was in his arms, he was sitting there cursing at me through my window. My 17-month daughter was in the back. She was sleeping still. Okay, after he kept on cursing, he kept on going, more, get out of the car, this and that. I told you, if anybody ever laid a hand on my kid, I'm going to take him out. So I go, I don't know what you're talking about, just go on your other side. Then he started getting more violent. Then my 17-month-old daughter woke up, and she was crying. So I was looking back, and I told her it's okay, I go, relax, it's okay. And he still kept on cursing. While his daughter's still in his hand, he kept on still cursing. I go, a father shouldn't be cursing with his daughter's in his hand. That's not a good role model for his daughter.
You didn't say that to him, sir. Mr. Acosta, you didn't say you're not a good role model. Come on, let me just hear what happened, sir.
Okay, as soon as I got out of the car, because my 17-month-old daughter was crying in the back. So I went to go pick her up and go into the police station. As soon as I got out of the car, he swung my door open. He grabbed me by 2 hands. He threw me against my car 3 times. And by out of those 3 times, he damaged my car on the side. I do have pictures to show proof.
Let me see it.
There's estimates on the underneath the pictures also.
I'll hear you.
Okay, Your Honor. What he said, completely a lie.
That's my job, Mr. Navarro.
Okay, I arrived at the police station about 5 minutes till 7. I arrived there before they did. Once arriving, I was out of the car with my daughter inside the police station waiting for them. I was never outside. They're saying that I was out there with my arms up. That never happened. I was inside the police station waiting for them. I waited there until Cheryl and her husband arrived there, parking pretty much in close to the doors where I can see them drive up, until she got out of the car and entered the police station. I never was outside.
Fine, you weren't outside. What happened when you were inside the precinct, sir?
Once I was inside, I spoke to Miss Acosta.
What did she say to you, and what did you say to her?
What I told her was, in the prior visitation before, Brianna had told me that Mr. Acosta had hit her, and that she was playing with her younger sister, and that somehow she ended up crying, and that Stephen came in and got mad at her and hit her. So what I did was, when Miss Acosta came in, I told her what had happened. I told her, Brianna's telling me that Stephen hit her. Were you aware of it? What happened? And she's like, Brianna, is that true? And Brianna said yes, to her mother, standing there.
Was this on this date? Was this on the 16th of October?
No, it was the 12th is when I told her. So that's when I had told her the first time. The second time when I was waiting there and I had came in, I had told her again. Brianna's telling me the same thing.
What did you tell her?
I told her on the way to the police station, Brianna had told me I don't want to go. And I said, why not? Steven's still hitting me. So then I said, what do you want me to do, Brianna? Do you want me to tell your mother? Tell me, what do you want me to do? I go, if I'm going to say this, 4 years old.
So you're saying to this 4-year-old, tell me what you want me to do, Brianna.
Well,
do you want me to tell your mother? That's what you're saying to her? Mr. Navarro, you think I'm crazy?
No.
That's not the kind of conversation you have with a 4-year-old, sir.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You keep whatever disputes that you have between adults, and you don't involve your 4-year-old.
I just wanted to question Steven in front of Brianna to see what reaction she would have.
That's not your job!
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Stephen Acosta says the father of his wife's daughter, Ariel Navarro, assaulted him during a custody exchange at a police station. Ariel says Stephen was the aggressor.
Go ahead.
So once we were in there in the police station on the 16th, I told Miss Acosta, Brianna's telling me that Steven's hitting her again. What I want you to do is talk to Steven about this, tell him what's going on. And she blew up. She said, why are you always starting trouble? I said, look, I'm not starting trouble. I just want to resolve this. This is my daughter. It's very important for me what's going on in her life. And I think this is what we talked about. So right away, she blew up and says, why the hell are you starting problems? And I said, look, tell them to come inside the lobby so we can talk to all three of us right here in front of the lobby so we can, resolve it.
And where was Brianna going to sit when you were having this conversation?
I wanted Brianna there because I wanted Brianna to listen to what's happening.
Where did you get your psychiatric degree? Mr. Navarro, where did you get your degree? You wanted the 4 of you to sit and have a discussion inside the police precinct.
I just wanted to question Steven in front of Brianna to see what reaction she would have.
That's not your job!
Okay.
So she blew up at you?
Yes.
Go ahead.
As soon as she blew up, I said, if you're not going to tell him anything, I'm going to tell him. So with Brianna still in my arms, I exited the police station because showing that I was not going out there to be aggressive or telling any type of situation that might get into an argument.
Mr. Navarro, you know how long I sat in the family court? How old are you?
25.
That many years. I'm going to tell you what happened.
Okay.
You went into the precinct and you were furious. You were furious because when you spoke to Mrs. Acosta, the mother of your child, she was unimpressed by your complaints. And she probably said to you, Brianna says things about you and says things about, this is Stephanie? Yeah, I read the papers. So you have a 4-year-old who's probably playing both sides. And you weren't getting anywhere with Brianna's mother.
No.
And you were furious. So you didn't make the exchange because if you wanted to do the calm thing, what you do was say to her, I want to go out and talk to Stephen privately myself. If you weren't angry, if you hadn't lost it. So here's Brianna. You take Brianna because I don't want Brianna involved in the situation when I talk to Stephen. That's what you do if you're calm. But you weren't calm.
Your Honor,
you were furious. So you took your daughter, because you did not make the exchange. Your visitation was over, 7 o'clock.
Okay.
You did not make the exchange in the precinct. You went outside. You confronted him with the child in your hands. There's no question in my mind that you caused this damage to the car. No question. Now, you want to tell me how that happened with your 4-year-old?
As soon as I stepped outside and I said, Stephen, I need to speak with you, which I did very calmly. Went like that. He swung the door open. When he flung it open, I had to turn to my side because that's how hard he opened the door, that it braced my side. As soon as I saw him getting out of the car and like that in a rage that he was, I set my daughter down and I told his mother, grab the baby, and she said no. And at the same time, when I put her down, I came back up. He was already in my face. I never told him to get out of the car. As soon as he came out of the car, he grabbed my shirt. I grabbed him. He shoved me, and at the both time, we were both pushing each other. We both swung into his car.
Baloney. You went out there, Mr. Navarro, and you were furious. You were furious because you hadn't gotten anywhere. Now, let me give you some very sound advice, sir. It is a sad commentary. Put your papers down, both of you, and pay attention. Look like you're paying attention. Have you gone back to family court yet with regard to resolving the issue of visitation with this child?
Yes, we have.
What is the current order of visitation?
He lost a week due to the incident, what happened October 16th. He lost a week and he lost his dinner nights.
It's clear to me, Mr. Navarro, that you love your daughter. It's clear to me that that's true. And that you, in all probability, should continue to be a part of her life. You want what's best for her. You have to understand that very often 4-year-old little girls who are very, very smart will play both sides of their parents, especially when their parents are living separate. You have to understand that that's a possibility. You're not supposed to question your daughter. You're not supposed to say, what's Stephen doing? Is Stephen hurting you? Is Stephen hitting you? When you have a 4-year-old and you have a baby in the house, very often the 4-year-old is aggressive. You've never seen marks on your child?
Yes.
Where
I'm
have you
not saying
seen?
it was caused by him. I'm saying marks of maybe
Okay, you've
playing
never
around.
seen marks that
No.
you attribute to
No,
him
no.
on your child,
No,
right?
not at all. But at the same time, I was saying...
I'm speaking, and you're not listening.
Okay.
You keep whatever disputes that you have with Mr. Acosta between adults, and you don't involve your 4-year-old. That's it. There is no question about that. That's a given. That's something any moron can understand, Mr. Navarro. You don't, the three of you, get together and you decide to have your 4-year-old sit there at a conversation where you're going to discuss with her mother and her stepfather whether or not she's being hit at home by her stepfather or your wife. You have children?
Yes.
Other than Brianna?
Yes.
How many?
We have a 2-year-old together, and then I have 2 stepsons.
Okay. And anybody ever go like this to one of the children? You? Her?
Yes.
Ever hit them on the behind?
Yes.
What about Stephanie? Did you ever see Stephanie raise her hand to one of the children?
Not Brianna.
Did you ever see Stephanie raise her hand to one of the children?
Yes.
Why, you think she's only going to reserve that for her children and yours?
Yes.
You think that that's true?
Yes.
Baloney. So let's get it together. But you don't put your child in harm's way. You lost your temper, Mr. Navarro, and you caused damage to his car. And I don't think you hurt him. You weren't treated for any injuries, were you?
Yes, I was, ma'am.
Where?
My neck.
Let me see. Was Mr. Navarro arrested?
Yes, he was.
What was the result of the case?
I pressed a charge against him, and he pressed a charge against me too.
What did he press charges against
Because
you
when
for?
I was talking to the sheriff, when he came outside, he's like, what do you want to do? I go, I would like to press charges. He goes, Mr. Acosta, you know, he will have a right to press charges against you. He can turn the story around. I go, I think I'll take my chances on doing that. Because he thinks every time...
So what happened?
So we both got arrested.
Well, what happened with the case?
He got dismissed.
Both of them?
Yes.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Navarro?
I'm a plumber.
And you?
Computer technician.
So $656 was the cheapest estimate that you had for fixing the car?
Yes.
How many times has there been an exchange of visitation since October 16th? You lost a week, sir, and what else?
I didn't lose a week. I gained the whole side weekend. And my visitations before were 3 times a month, weekends, 1st, 3rd, and 4th, and then Wednesday evening dinner. The new order is I get her every other weekend, and I get her Thursday through Sunday. I have a longer period with her.
Every other weekend?
Every other weekend. Prior, we've had, I say, maybe 8 drop-offs since.
And how have they gone?
They've been fine. But I also wanted to say, from prior to that, there's also a restraining order there, prior from my wife fining him for in the past of showing his anger and his violence towards us. A restraining of saying over the phone, terrorist threats over the phone. I was trying to get a hold of me, and that was filed in March, I believe. And it's good to 2005 for his actions.
Your wife is the complainant.
Yeah, but it covers also for me.
But your wife was the complainant.
Yes.
I'm curious. Step up, please, Mr. Navarro. What were the allegations in your request for a protective order against Mr. Acosta?
It was to refrain him from calling my house, making verbal threats against me and my family.
Was there a trial with regard to that?
Yes, there was.
Did you testify?
Yes, I did.
Did he testify?
Yes, he did.
After that trial, were you granted the protective order?
Yes.
For 12 months?
It was more than 12 months. It was granted to 2005.
Is that correct, sir?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Why were you calling the house?
That was one of her false allegations that she pressed against me. Ever since I got with my wife, they've been writing reports about me, filing reports against me at the Foothill Police Station, at the Azusa Police Station. She finally got her letter together, and she went to the court office and filed a restraining order against me, saying I threatened her house, which never happened. She lied against the whole thing. And when we went to the court, the judge told me, he goes, she took you to court. You didn't take her to court, so I'm going to grant her restraining order. He told me if I want to get a restraining order, I can take her to court too.
You're responsible for his car, Mr. Navarro. His car is $656. What were your out-of-pocket expenses, sir, for your medical care?
None. I'm on Medicare, man.
So it was all covered?
It was all covered.
Mr. Navarro, you got to learn to keep your temper. Especially you have to learn to keep your temper in front of your child. Do you understand that?
I understand, Judge, but
You lost your temper. You lost it. If you hadn't lost it, then you would never have placed your child in harm's way.
I didn't go out there to be in
Yes, you
harm's
did.
way.
You placed your child in harm's way because if you wanted to protect your child, then what you do is you give the child to her mother in the precinct, and then if you're completely composed, then you want to go outside and discuss, as you indicated, you wanted to just discuss it calmly, you can go over to Stephen and discuss it calmly. However, based on what you told me, Mr. Navarro, your wife was frightened enough of this man to have previously gotten a protective order against him because you say he called on the telephone and threatened bodily harm to your family. Then, under those circumstances, you take your daughter out of the precinct where you were supposed to have dropped her off with her mother. You were so angry that you couldn't control yourself that you went up to the car with your daughter in your hands and confronted this man who you thought was so dangerous that your wife needed a protective order. So if you're telling me that you were behaving in a rational way, the way that a father would behave if they were trying to protect their child, I'm telling you that you did not. You lost your cool, Mr. Navarro. And you're still insisting to me that you didn't? You did. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,500. That covers not only your car, sir, but almost $1,000 for being assaulted. That's all. That's all.
Now, this is case number 271 on the calendar in the matter of Scheibel versus Lukowski. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
Mr. Scheibel, the defendant was your son's hockey coach, is that right?
Correct.
And it is your claim that he filed false charges against you, alleging certain threats of violence and harassment. You want to be compensated.
Correct.
The defendant says that whatever charges he filed against you were absolutely accurate, and he has a cross-complaint because he said that you have continued to harass him.
Correct.
How long has your son been in a hockey league, Mr. Scheibel?
It's going on probably 2 years now.
And how long has the defendant been his coach?
I believe this is the first year.
Had they had difficulty from the beginning?
It seemed like it started from I believe, the first game.
Well, tell me about it.
Something had happened on the bench, I'm not quite sure, and then he accused my son of saying vulgar words. And then after the game, my wife had confronted him about it.
You weren't there?
Yes, I was there, but I was at a different part of the ring.
So this is when the trouble started. So maybe you can tell me. What happened at the first game, if you remember?
Stephen Scheibel on my team was in the corner of the bench making gestures like this. I asked him if he was doing okay, and he said no. I thought he was ill. Therefore, he didn't go out the next few shifts. Another young man walked off the rink onto the bench and said to Stephen, "Are you okay?" And I said, "No, he's sick." And he goes, "No, I'm not. F you." I turned to the other coach. I says, I was just cursed at again, which was several other times during practices as it happened.
This young man cursed at you other times?
Oh, yes, ma'am. This has been a constant problem with Stephen Scheibel, his behavior. We as coaches have took disciplinary action by benching him. And in this particular case, I was the one that went and approached Mr. and Mrs. Scheibel outside the rink to advise them of their child's behavior. I said to Mr. and Mrs. Scheibel, I want to let you know of an incident that took place, what their son had said to me. Mrs. Scheibel then called Stephen over and asked him if he said, "Did you say F you?" And Stephen said, "No, Mom."
So he lied?
Yes, ma'am. And then...
Sure you did.
And then Mrs. Scheibel started yelling at me, "Don't be making things up about my son." And
so she's an idiot too?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, before we get to any claims of false charges, let me tell you exactly where I'm coming from, so you understand. Usually, fathers who participate as coaches do so because they love the sport and they generally like children. So that I have to assume that the man standing before me is not a psychopath and that the reason he participates in the sport is because he likes children and he likes the sport. So if somebody in authority comes over to you and says to you, "Madam, your son's got a toilet mouth," you believe him.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, now you're saying yeah.
I did. I believed him. That's why I went and got my son.
And your son said, "No, I didn't say it"?
I said, "You have to apologize to this man if you said that."
Stand up here. Yeah. Not if you said that. Not if you said that. How dare you open your mouth to him?
Right.
Because he just looked at me before and said, "I didn't say that." Right?
Right. Yeah.
You're a liar.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You may con her, but you don't con me because there's no reason for him to lie. You know how many punks like you I've seen in my life who have a fresh mouth? Tens of thousands. And the majority of the ones that continue to get in trouble come from parents who don't think that they do anything wrong, who blame somebody else. There shouldn't have been a question, did you say it? No, not did you say it. He said it. He lied to you, he lied to me. The only thing is, I call him. Now sit down. What happened afterwards?
Well, after we started taking disciplinary action against Stephen regarding other incidences, one was he punched another player on our bench in the stomach, completely disruptive, which led up to having him dismissed from the team. That's when all my problems started, Your Honor. I had death threats called to my house. I've had motorcycles show up in front of my house. Mr. Scheibel continually showed up at our games at 3 different facilities using profanity, and I'm not talking just trash talk. I'm talking vulgar words in front of all the children.
How many times did Mr. Scheibel show up at games where his son was not a participant? And give me the dates and the places.
13. I can go right through the dates, Your Honor, if you
Can
like.
you do that, please?
On August 4th.
Go ahead.
That's the time that Mr. Scheibel came after the other coach and I. On August 6th, he showed up at the Great Lakes Sports Facility in Fraser.
What were you doing there?
My son was supposed to be playing, and my son went down to the locker room, and the coach's wife, she had told him that he's no longer on the roster.
So did you stay or did you leave?
Well, I went down there to see what was going on, and she came up to me, and I told her, I said, why are you talking to me? You have a PPO out on me.
Who had a protective order against you?
Mark and the coach's wife, which I don't understand.
When was that issued, sir?
I believe it was 8-4 or 8 something.
The 8. Can I see the protective order, please? All right, so now he knows that the kid's not on the team anymore. Now it's August 6th. If he ever knew
Actually,
before...
Your Honor, he had been advised the previous evening when...
Fine. I assume he knew the previous evening. He
Right.
came down there just to test it. But when was the next time he showed up at a game?
On August 10th, he showed up at Joe Dumar's field house, a different facility that we were at. And
What
at
were you doing there on the 10th, sir?
Was that the day, Stephen, did he play?
Did he play on that date?
No, ma'am.
Was he scheduled to play?
No, ma'am.
What were you still doing involved with this hockey team, sir? Your son was kicked off the team because of his behavior. What were you still involved for?
He was still playing at this
Yeah,
time.
he wasn't kicked off yet. He technically was not kicked off until, I think it was August 12th.
Fine. After August 12th, did he show up at any game?
On the 12th, he showed up at Great Lakes Sports Facility in Fraser and threatened the other coach, his wife, and myself again.
What did he say when he showed up on the 12th?
He said that we better put his son back on the team. I haven't seen the end of him. I will pay. Basically, I don't know if it was this conversation. I better sleep with one eye open.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You said, my son better be back on this team or you better sleep with one eye open. That's a threat, and I believe you said it. Oh, yeah.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. David Scheibel says after an incident at a hockey game, his son's coach, Mark Lukowski Sr., filed false charges with the police. Mark says David threatened his life.
Now, on the 8th, there was a protective order issued. What was that based on?
Your Honor, I had received the threats, and he continually came to the facilities. I was for fear of my children and my family.
Okay.
I contacted an attorney. They advised me to go get a personal protection order.
Was that subsequently extended at any time?
No, Your Honor. They filed for motion for dismissal, and we went before the judge on August 26th. And at that case, the judge read Mr. Scheibel the Riot Act and advised him if he sees him in his courtroom one more time, he would be going straight to jail.
He has the minutes. Let me see the minutes.
Okay, great.
According to statute in your jurisdiction, statute requires 3 contacts that are unwanted after notice. He has to have notice. He does go on to say, now he's on notice. And if there's further contact with you or your son or your family, then you can come back to court. He was not happy with you. Judge is not happy with you. He didn't say he didn't believe what he told him. He said their statute requires 3 contacts. I don't know why it requires 3 contacts. 1 would seem to me to be sufficient. However, you have no right to come in and sue him. Absolutely none. If you put him in fear because of your conduct, and there is no question that by going to the games where you didn't belong, after your son was already on notice that there were problems, and you put yourself out there, he had a right to say, I feel threatened, and I'm afraid, and go to court and seek a protective order so that you would stay away from him. And the protective order is very simple, Mr. Scheibel. It says you're prevented from assaulting, attacking, beating, or molesting him, which you shouldn't do anyway. Interfering with petitioner at his employment, education, or engaging in conduct which impairs petitioner's employment or education, you can't do that anyway. Harassing him, approaching or confronting him in a public place or on private property, you're not to do that anyway. But it also says you're not to appear at his workplace or residence. They've laid those things out. The first part of this protective order prohibits you from doing what the law proscribes anyway. So what's your complaint?
He has no proof that I did all these
I believe
lies.
him. Oh, I believe him.
Well, I called
believe
his
that
house and made fire threats?
No. I'm discounting that. The court discounted that. I read what they said. They asked him, do you have any proof that he was the one who made those threatening calls? And he said no. I'm discounting that. I am not discounting the fact that you said, my son better be back on this team or you better sleep with one eye open. That's a threat. And I believe you said it. Oh, yeah.
No, I didn't.
Oh, yes, I believe you said it. Because I don't believe that somebody who gives up their time to coach a hockey team with children wants to be confrontational.
He's had 3 children walk off this team crying.
So
and
what?
now they're all on my team.
Good for you. I hope your son doesn't curse you.
If he had lied to one time, what says he didn't lie again?
What do you mean if he lied once? When did he lie?
About the motorcycles?
No. He didn't lie about that, sir. Listen to me very carefully. What he testified in front of me was that right after your son was dismissed from the team, he started to get threats. He started to get phone calls. Motorcycles started coming around his house. That's what he testified before me. He didn't say he saw you on the motorcycle. He didn't say he did the threats. He said it was coincidental. I'm discounting all of that, sir. I'm saying I believe him when he says that you said you better put my son back on the team or you better sleep with one eye open or you haven't heard the last of this. That's enough of a threat. Now, let's get to your counterclaim. I'll hear it.
Okay, Your Honor. On August 24th, my son Eric was playing a hockey game in the town that Mr. Scheibel resides in. At that time, Mr. Scheibel volunteered to be the scorekeeper during that game. At that time, he started making harassing comments to my son while he was playing hockey. A police report was filed and made, and intimidation and stalking was the offense, and I have a copy of that if you'd like to see it.
I'll look at the police report.
This was the day prior to going back to the PPO hearing. At that time, my son had to discontinue playing hockey at that place. He had made the...
Just a minute. Do you have copies of any of the emails that you allege that Mr. Scheibel sent to your son?
No, Your Honor, I do not. I was called while I was out of town that Mr. Scheibel had sent an email to my son, Eric, and basically it was a non-threatening one, although an intimidating one, by indicating...
I just asked you if he had copies of the emails, sir. I didn't ask for an explanation.
No, I don't.
Mr. Scheibel, did you ever approach one John Savage with regard to your son being thrown off the team?
The father? Yes.
John?
I don't know his name, but I believe that's his name, yes.
And when you approached him, your husband was around?
No.
You went back to where your husband was seated after you spoke to Mr. Savage?
Correct.
And your husband cursed at Mr. Savage?
Yes. I was crying at that time.
Your husband cursed at Mr. Savage?
Yes, correct.
And you told your husband to be quiet?
Possibly.
And that's because he was behaving badly?
Well, I do not like cursing, period.
Step up, Eric. Eric, I want you to tell me what it was that Mr. Scheibel said or did to you that frightened you.
When I was skating by him, he would always go, I'm over here, Eric. Come over here, Eric.
Is there any reason for that, sir? Is there any reason you were calling his name at hockey games?
I wasn't.
Why do you think he would say that you did?
I don't know, Your Honor.
Could it possibly be that because his father had a protective order against you, that you felt as if you could get his goat by making his son feel uncomfortable?
No.
You would never do that.
No, I wouldn't.
You're not a hothead.
He has tried to
provoke me. No, you're not a
yes.
hothead, is what I said.
No, I'm not.
Mm-hmm. Can I say something?
Yeah.
He's talking about approaching his son. He walked by my son and said, my son is going to kick your ass.
Bad behavior.
Very bad behavior.
Very bad behavior.
I also have a police report, too, Your Honor, that he has implicated my husband, my son, and another member in stealing, larceny from a building. We've been approached by people, oh, you're the people that have the PPO against you. Oh, you're the people that, stole tiles. He is just spreading rumor after rumor after rumor.
Well, the part about A protective order, that's not a rumor.
But you know, that was all based on lies, too, Your
No,
Honor.
it wasn't. Oh, no.
Phone calls?
Did you listen? Are you not hearing me?
You said
are you not hearing me?
You were ignoring this, correct?
Are you not hearing me? I said to you, if somebody says you better sleep with one eye open or I'm going to get you, that's enough for a protective order, and I believe your husband said that to him. And I'm not interested in phone calls because he says he doesn't really know who made them. That's what he told the judge. He said, it just so happens that coincidentally, after Potty Mouth over here was dismissed from the team, he started to get all of these telephone call hang-ups. Now, it could have been your son, it could have been his friends, it could have been somebody else, it could have been your husband. Who knows? Maybe it was you. All I know is that from what I've read, stop flipping, what I've read, your husband's got a toilet mouth sufficient for you to have said to him, sit down in a public place because he cursed at another coach in front of children. Yes, and you had to say to him, sit down.
Okay, I realize, but Mr. Lukowski is saying this all happened after they removed my son from the team, which that is not true.
I don't care if it happened before or after or less tish above. Doesn't make any difference. Your case is dismissed. Period. End of discussion. As far as you're concerned, sir, I want to know if you think that you did everything right.
Yes, Your Honor, I did. I have the code of conduct that I have to sign as a coach.
Don't give me code of conduct.
And
I don't want to have code of conduct. I'm not talking about dismissing him. I think if he opened up a mouth to you once, get rid of him. If his father's prepared to tolerate that, because that's the kind of language his father uses, that's the kind of adult he'll grow up to be. But his mother says that you said something to him.
that is totally not true, Your Honor. I would never. I've coached hockey for 7 years, year-round, with 400 to 450 children under my direction and never had any problems. I'm there for the kids. There's no way I would intimidate a young man.
Let's see who heard this. Did you hear it?
No, my son.
Maybe I'll believe him if he says something that's truthful. Get up here. Tell me about a conversation or a statement that your former coach said to you after you had stopped playing ball.
Well, I was there to sub for another team, and I was standing there watching the other game. He looked at me and he's like, well, my son's going to kick your... Then he walked over to where his son was playing, like he was going to tell him.
And what did you do when he said that to you?
I just kind of stood there and went over to the locker room so I can get dressed.
You mean dressed to play?
Yeah.
And did you play?
Yeah.
Did anything happen at the game?
No, not really.
Your Honor, I do recall this instance and situation, although what I did is my son was playing in a different league. I said to my wife, I'm going to go watch Mark kick some butt, and I walked over to the rink to watch my oldest son play. I made no reference to Stephen Scheibel, never would.
Maybe he heard it and took it as directed to him.
I would never say anything like that.
Maybe. All right, listen, go home. Both of you, go home. What?
Well, after he kicked me off the team, a couple games during the playoffs, he let me play again.
So? It means he's a nice guy. I wouldn't have let you play again. You opened up a big, fresh toilet mouth to me, and you would have been in another jurisdiction, another state.
Your Honor,
Just a second. That didn't require an answer. What I'm trying to get through to him is his mother may believe that he never said the words that he said to you. He learned them at home. He sees that they're commonplace. His father can say it, he can say it. There's no question his father said it because his mother said his father said it. If I asked his father would have probably denied it, just like his son did. It's a game. It's a game. It's a game. Goodbye.
Yeah, this is case number 295 on the count in the matter of Mergner versus Fickett. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
Miss Mergner, you were at a party, and it is your claim that the defendant, while acting like a complete imbecile, started to hit golf balls off the hood of your car because somebody had said something to him that offended him. Mm-hmm. And he caused over $2,000 worth of damage to the roof of your car. Mr. Fickett says he did no such thing, and the only reason that you're suing him is probably because you were in some way infatuated with him, as all women are. And when you found out that he had a girlfriend, you probably got angry, or something like that, right?
Something like that, Your Honor, yes.
Did you know him before this party?
No, I don't.
Who saw him on top of the car?
My witness, Joe Moore.
And I have the witness up here. Tell me your name, sir.
Joe Moore.
Mr. Moore, on what date was this party?
May 20-something. I'm not sure the exact date.
Where was it?
Tucson, Arizona, Grant and Silver Barrel.
At a friend's house.
Yes, ma'am.
What's the name of the friend?
Sean.
Don't look like a deer in headlights, sir. I'm not going to
Sure.
attack you. I'm just asking you some preliminary questions.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, how many people were at this party?
30 at the most.
Or a lot more than 30.
And was, don't speak until I speak to you. Was the defendant one of those people?
Yes, ma'am.
The plaintiff says that you actually observed the defendant doing something in or around or on her car.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me what you saw.
I saw the defendant standing on top of the car and kind of give a little jump as to indent the roof of the car.
This is ridiculous, Your Honor. He has nothing to go on this.
I don't want you to speak. What word didn't you understand when I said it nicely before?
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
I saw him do that and then proceed to like drop a golf ball and take the club and just start hitting a couple of golf balls after.
And then what did you do?
I turned around and I walked back in the house. I found my friend Shane, and I said, there's some guy outside jumping up and down on somebody's car, hitting golf balls off the top of the car with your golf clubs. So you might want to call the cops. You might want to come out here and check this out. And then
The police arrive?
No, ma'am. The police never arrived that night.
Who told you that something had happened to your car? Or did anybody?
Not until after the fact. He had already left. He basically wrecked the party. And my boyfriend had just graduated. It was his graduation party from the University of Arizona. So he decides to show up wearing an Arizona State hat. And
I don't care about that. I read that somebody was wearing the wrong kind of, he was wearing the wrong kind of
that's what
hat. Somebody
started
called him a jerk.
This is silly, Your Honor. This is what it's all about.
You're the...
Shh. Listen to me. When did you actually see the damage to your car?
Not until after he left, probably 2 in the morning.
Exactly.
Let me see the estimates for the damage.
This is the estimate.
Mr. Fickett, 2 times I've told you not to speak until I get to your side, which I believe I have assured you that...
I'm just shocked to hear all this. This is so ridiculous. Like, I can't believe she's like actually saying this. She has nothing to go on, no proof.
My mouth is running. When my mouth is running, yours doesn't run.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to say it one more time, and I'm going to try to say it as tastefully and with as much judicial temperament as I can muster. Keep your mouth shut until I talk to you. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You have pictures of the car?
Yes.
I'd like to take a look at it.
Looks like hail damage, Your Honor.
I assume what I'm looking at in some of these pictures are a footprint.
Yes. His footprints were all over.
Okay, now I'll hear you, Mr. Fickett.
All right, I went to this party. The only reason I went to this party was because my friend Nick, who wrestles at ASU, was visiting. And we went to the party, me and my girlfriend Kim here, went to the party just to hang out with him. We're having a casual discussion outside, me and my friend Nick. And from what she tells me, there were like a group of girls, maybe her friends, maybe someone didn't like her, maybe someone didn't like me. I don't know for what reason. There were a group of girls, like just whispering and gossiping, like in the corner. She knows more about that than me. I was just hanging out. We were there maybe for an hour, hour and a half. It was graduation night at U of A. There were like 3 parties on the street. I wasn't even drinking. I mean, they were probably drunk as all hell being graduation. The reason I wasn't drinking was because I had a wrestling match the next morning. I fight professionally, and I'm known to be like rumored about to be like this big tough guy that causes all this trouble. And it's just a reputation that beholds me that isn't true. And this is just another jealous person or angry person that just wants to blame stuff on me, either because her car's really damaged, I don't know, or maybe she has something against me or my girlfriend.
She doesn't have anything against you.
Well, she has something against me if she wants to make this stuff up and
No,
bring me to court for
Mr.
it.
Fickett. Pay careful attention to me, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
She doesn't have anything against you. She doesn't have anything against your girlfriend. She didn't see you do any damage to her car. She didn't tell the police she saw you do any damage to her car. She didn't tell me that she saw you do any damage to her car. He saw you do damage to her car. He doesn't want to date you. We don't want to blame the wrong person, do we?
No, ma'am.
You want to blame somebody, blame Mr. Moore. Maybe he's jealous of you.
Any which way, she's coming up with a false witness to come up with her case.
No. She goes outside and she finds that her car has been damaged. She says, who damaged my car?
Well, if it was so urgent,
He
why
says-
weren't the cops there that night? Why didn't she call the cops that night? Why is my name not in the police report? I mean,
Just a second. They did call the police. But from what you tell me, sir, it was graduation night. the police were probably very, very busy and not swift to respond to some fool standing on top of a car hitting golf balls off somebody's roof. They had other things to worry about, so they didn't show up.
I arrived at the party.
It is clear to me that somebody was on the hood of this car. It is clear to me that somebody took a flying leap while they were on this car. And what I would try to figure out, Mr. Fickett, is why Mr. Moore would lie to me about having seen you do that. Did you have any prior relationship with him? Did you have any
I don't know
prior
these
problem
people.
with
I was
him?
at the party because of a friend of a friend.
Okay, so you don't, just a second. So you don't know him, is that right? You don't know him at all?
No.
Why in the world would somebody make up a story like that about you?
Because this petty girl's crying about someone damaging her car, and they need someone to blame.
So they blamed you?
I guess. Maybe they
You
don't
want
like
to tell
Arizona
me
State beats
something?
me.
Step up, young lady.
I was
me your
there.
name.
My name's Kim.
Okay, Kim.
And I was there with him the whole night. This is kind of almost funny to us. When you pull into the street, when we first pulled into the street of where the party was going on, we had no idea where it was because, like he said, there was three parties. I mean, it's a big street. We had to park like 2 streets down. There was tons of cars, tons of people walking around all over the place.
Get to the point.
Anybody could have done this. When he stands up here and gives like an oath, like, I'm sorry, but my dad's a minister. I don't know if you're religious, but that's like not cool. You don't stand up here, because I was with him the whole night. The whole night. I stayed with him. I sat outside. Excuse me, I'm talking. I sat outside. I was talking to, I seen a girlfriend of mine that I used to work with. He's talking to Nick. I'm talking to my girlfriend. An hour later, I go, I got a sociology class in the morning. You got a wrestling tournament. We better go. We hopped in the car. We said goodbye to everybody. We left. The only person that we knew there was Nick and this girl that I had just seen there. And, you know, I mean, there was so many people there, and there was so many parties going on at any time that I just can't comprehend how this guy is saying this. I was with him the whole night. I was by his side. I walked in the house at one point to go to the bathroom, and when he says 30 people, 70, if not more, when I walked in.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Lovely young lady. Well, I have to make a judgment as to why Mr. Moore here would make up a story about having seen you cause the damage to the plaintiff's car. Now, I can understand why your girlfriend would tell me that you were together all evening, which isn't even true according to her, because she did go inside for a while to go to the bathroom. Probably was inside at least 10 minutes, because it takes that much time to get through 70 people to find out where the bathroom is and to get out. She wasn't with you the entire evening. The estimated damage is some $2,000 on this car, and it's not a new car.
Yeah, it's new to me, though.
I understand that. How much did you pay for it?
Roughly $5,000.
What do you mean, roughly $5,000?
Because my mom gave it to me. And it was originally her car. And so it
was originally her car, and your mother gave it to you as a gift.
Because I'm going to school and I need a car.
Terrific. And this damage that was done to the car doesn't affect its drivability.
No, but I have to look at it every day and be reminded of him.
Of course you do. And I'm sure that if I award you $2,000, you're going to find a way to have it fixed for that $2,000. So that's what I'm awarding you. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,000. That's all. Step out.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He likes to pick fights with people, and that's what he likes to do. And that's why he obviously wasn't invited. We don't associate with people like him.
They don't have anything better to do. They can't sit down and have a conversation like we were doing the whole night. They have to, yeah, dude, where's the pie of beer?
Everyone I talk to says he's psycho.
I've had jealous gossip about me before, and I just thought this was one of those cases. We found the golf club later, but it was broken in half at that point, so.
He fights in the rage in the case circuit. That's the #1 reason why he's so well known, and that's why people think he's so crazy.
University of Arizona is the way to go.
23-year-old accounting assistant Ilana Martin is suing 65-year-old beauty college owner Giovanni Scavo for $5,000. Ilana says that during a hair treatment at Giovanni's beauty school, a student hairstylist burned her face.
Order. All rise. This is case number 606 on the calendar in the matter of Martin versus Scavo. As a sworn-in judge, you may be seated. Ladies, have seats.
Ms. Martin, it is your complaint that you were injured while you were having a hair process done at the defendant's establishment.
Yes, that is correct, Your Honor.
Okay. What kind of establishment does he have?
A beauty school.
And are these people who work in the establishment licensed beauticians?
Not yet. They're students.
Okay, and you knew that when you went in?
Yes, I did.
And when did you first start going to a school?
I don't remember the exact date. I would like to say December of last year.
And what kind of processing did you have at the school?
Normally, I would just get a flat iron, basically a straightening with a pressing kind of iron, and it's just straightening the hair, like a pressing.
It's a hot iron?
Mm-hmm, correct.
Well, that's your complaint. You complained that sometime in January, was it in January?
Yes, January 19th.
You were burned with the iron?
Yes.
And you want to be compensated?
Yes, I do.
Okay. How many times had you had your hair straightened before January 19th?
At least 8 times.
With the same person?
With the same person, and occasionally with someone else. But I was confident in her work, so I would usually make an appointment with her.
What's her name?
Aisha.
And what happened when you came in on the 19th?
She seemed a little preoccupied, but I didn't think that I was in any danger. And while she was almost finished, she was straightening this portion of my hair over here near the right temple, and the end of it touched me on the right temple, and I still have a scar, permanent scar.
Could you step up for a minute? I want to take a look at that.
Yes. And would you like to see any pictures?
Well, first let me see the scar itself. Right over here?
Yes, right temple.
With the triangular shape. Okay,
Correct.
step back. Okay. What happened after she touched your face?
After she touched my face, I expected an apology at the very least. If it had been me, I believe I would have been so shocked I would have said oops or I apologize or whatever. I didn't receive that. Basically, I think she was annoyed.
Don't tell me what you think. Tell me what happened.
Okay, I'm sorry. Basically, it appeared that she was annoyed, and I said that I needed to tell the management or whoever was in charge that this had happened.
Did somebody come over to look at you, or did you go to see the manager?
Well, there were 2 people that were in charge, and one came over and told Aisha to give me a type of ointment, and that didn't seem to help. It was still hurting. And then the other lady, who I presume is higher up, came over and informed me that this type of thing is normal and it happens sometimes, and basically I can't expect to be compensated for such a
Well, did
occurrence.
you ask for compensation at that time?
I did.
What did you say?
I wanted a facial, free facial. Basically.
So what
do
did you say? You
anything.
burned me and I want a free facial?
I said that I've been burned, and I said that this is negligence, basically, and I said, are you trying to dismiss this? Are you trying to make light of it? And she said that she wasn't, but I could tell that basically she was trying to brush it off.
When did you discuss free facial with her?
Right there, while I was sitting
Well, tell
in the
me
chair.
what you said to her.
I said, at the very least, can I at least get a free facial, like when I come back, because I don't want her to do my hair again. I don't want to get my hair done.
Mhm.
So since I wouldn't want you to, have me get something with the hair, can I just, facial or something?
Did you subsequently go to a doctor?
Yes. When I got to urgent care.
Do you have a report from them?
Yes.
Can I see it, please?
And when I got to H.
Your entire bills were $5?
Well, I did go back again to the doctor in February, the beginning of February, because I had expected it to fade away or something. I had been treating it with the ointment they had given me and everything, but it was still there. And basically he was telling me that there was nothing he could do. So I'm assuming that I'm just going to be stuck with a permanent scar.
Were you there when this incident
no,
happened?
ma'am. I was not on the premises when the alleged accident happened.
Well, who was there?
Ms. Asaf is the supervisor,
Step up, please.
and Aisha was the student that performed the services.
Okay. One of my questions is, when someone comes into a school to have work done, do they sign any sort of release?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I see the release that they
Yes.
sign? Because that would strike me as something that people would sign.
Excuse me, Your Honor?
Yes.
The release I signed was for a perm when I had a relaxer put on my hair.
Just a second. I'm reading. That was the first thing that struck me. I didn't see anything about a release there. Okay. This says that you understand that the Elegante Beauty College is a school which instructs students who wish to become beauticians, and that the operators who will perform the work upon me are students. and not fully trained and licensed professionals. Because of their inexperience, there is a risk that I could be injured or sustain damage from the negligence or carelessness of such student in performing the work done upon me. Nevertheless, in consideration of a reduced charge I will pay for such services, I agree to assume the risk of any injury or damage that I may suffer because of such negligence or carelessness, and I agree to give up my right to make a claim against the student, the school, the instructor, or any school personnel. And you signed it, and it's dated November 3rd, 2000, right?
Yes, you're right.
So?
I signed that when I received a relaxer, because I believe anytime that there's a chemicals put on the hair, that's when they have you sign that.
No, that's not what this says. That's not what this says at all. And one would not expect them to have you sign one each time you came in. You came in, according to you, 8 times, Miss Martin. The most important thing here, whether it's a relaxer or using a hot iron or whatever it is they are telling you that their students are, quote, not fully trained and licensed professionals. And they go on to say that because of their inexperience, there is a risk that I could be injured or sustain damage from their negligence or carelessness. The situation didn't change from November until January. You still were going to the school. You still knew that you were dealing with students who weren't fully trained, and that you had signed an agreement not to sue them, right?
Yes.
So?
But like I was saying, I had believed that I was signing it only because of the chemicals used.
You mean chemicals would be all right, hot irons are not? That's ridiculous.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Ilana Martin says a student at Giovanni Scavo's beauty school burned her face while straightening her hair. She's suing for $5,000.
You indicate in your answer the plaintiff was burned once before.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that true?
Yes.
When was that?
On December 23rd, she came in, and another instructor, another student by the name of Heather, did her because Aisha could not do her at that time.
Is that true?
That is true.
So Heather did your hair on December 23rd?
Yes.
Go ahead.
And Heather needed help from an instructor, and the instructor went for the finishing touches around the hairline, and you have to use a comb. She used the comb, which I have here.
What kind of comb? A regular comb?
It's a pressing comb.
Pressing comb.
This is what can get real close to the hairline. And the instructor, which has many years' experience, accidentally touched around her hairline and burned her. So that's when Miss McDonough, one of the instructors, came up, and she also applied an ointment. And then she said, well, because of your inconvenience, we're going to give you a free service so we can check the burn out and make sure
so
that...
you gave her a free service?
We gave her about 6 free services, as I recall, Your Honor.
Were you burned once before there on the 23rd of December?
Yes, I was. But because they had agreed to compensate me for my troubles, then I, didn't think it to press on about it.
In exchange for being burned, you agreed to accept some free services.
Right. But the thing, if you don't mind, when she burned me, it was, I'm talking about Miss Neal this time, it was on the hairline. I mean, this other burn, by Aisha, that's nowhere near my hairline.
Of course it isn't near your hairline. But Miss Martin, according to your statement to me, what you did at that point was say, I want a free facial. And then they said no. And then you decided to sue them for $5,000. You went back for a similar kind of treatment to the same place where you were hurt less than a month later. Just not smart. I wouldn't go back. I wouldn't let somebody who had burned me once do it again. In any event, you released the school from any claims of liability arising out of any treatment that you received while at the school because Aisha is not a licensed beautician. She's a student in training. You were told that she could hurt you. She did, in fact, hurt you. You agreed to accept that possibility in exchange for the reduced charge that you were paying at the school rather than going to a beauty salon. So unless you can establish to my satisfaction that there was something other than negligence here, you have no case. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good. I mean, she didn't do it purposely, did she?
Well, I don't know what was in her head, so I can't
Well, I can
assume.
guarantee you that she didn't burn you purposely. That's all. Case is over.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Right after I burned her, she screamed immediately and called one of my instructors. She made a big scene about it.
Basically, just go to regular salon.
I already been in the jail.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of McCall versus Wilhelm. Step forward, please.
71-year-old Bourbon McCall is suing his former friend, 32-year-old student Sandra Wilhelm, for unpaid loans and the cost of a car. Sandra says Bourbon's lawsuit is an attempt to keep her in his life.
Mr. McCall, it is your claim in this complaint that you were romantically involved with the defendant and made a series of loans to her, including a car.
Yes, ma'am.
Then she broke it off, and you want your money back.
Yes, Your Honor.
When and where did you meet Mr. McCall?
I met Sandra at a local pub that we both frequented.
Okay. When?
Sometime in March, Your Honor.
And when did you make this first loan?
Well, the first thing that happened, I had bought a computer, and Sandra agreed to come over and download it for me. Then she'd had an accident, and she had picked up a DUI, and her car was wrecked. So I then called her and asked her if I could be of any help to her. She said, well, my mother's got a car, that 88 Crown Victoria. Her mother was asking $2,300 for the car. I gave Sandra $2,300. We went in. She gave us the title. We then proceeded to go down and get it plated and titled.
Did you expect Miss Wilhelm to pay you back the money?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Did you ever tell her that?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Shh! Quiet. When did you tell her that?
I told her that before we bought the car. I said,
What did you say?
I said, if we buy a car, I'll help you get a car. But I said, I want title to that car. She said, well, how am I going to get plates and insurance and the rest of it? Why don't we just purchase a vehicle? You'll have the first lien on the vehicle so that I'm protected.
Well, the truth of the matter is, you really are not terribly protected. All you are, if you have title to the car, is you're exposed in case she has an accident, in case she doesn't get insurance.
Well, she did that.
I know, but that's a problem. Miss Wilhelm, first of all, how old are you?
32.
How old are you, sir?
71.
Okay. Miss Wilhelm, this, whatever kind of relationship you had with the plaintiff was of relatively short duration. I read your answer very clearly, and your answer says that he clearly wanted more from the relationship than you were prepared to give him.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Can I see the title to the car, please?
Yes.
Who
I
has
just
the
have
title?
a certificate of title.
I'd like to see it, please.
Here's a copy of the title.
And I'd like to see the certificate of title.
This is Exhibit B and C showing the registration and the application.
I just want the title to the car.
He has the title.
This is a copy. Who has the original?
I have the original at home. I just made a copy of it, Your Honor.
Well, that wasn't very smart, sir.
Well,
That wasn't very smart, because I read the defendant's answer very clearly. She says, Bourbon's goal was to control me. When I didn't respond to his advances, he became increasingly hostile. Is that true?
That is correct.
It's not true.
Eventually, I told him that he could have the car back because it's not worth the harassment. That's what you wrote. Is that what you wrote?
Yes.
Good. Sign the title over to him. Sign it over. Now.
He has the title.
You're going to sign the copy. We'll conform it. Show where to sign, Bird, would you please? You're getting good at that.
Where? He told me he didn't want the car, Your Honor.
Sign the title over to him.
Signature of seller. And print your name.
Now, give it to him, please. Thank you, Bird. Perfect. Now, let's get to the second part of your lawsuit is you made a series of loans to the defendant. When did they start?
Started after we had purchased the automobile. She just needed money time after time, and I felt like we were committed enough. We'd already committed that we would go to Texas once she got through her ordeal, and that she would move with me, take the kids. She wanted out of Indiana, so did I.
She's 40 years your junior.
Yes, I know, Your Honor.
Very foolish.
Yes, Your Honor.
Very foolish. Do you have a promissory note, sir?
No, Your Honor.
You gave her money for a lawyer.
Yes.
How much money did you give her for a lawyer?
$500.
That's not true.
You gave her money to pay her mortgage.
$500.
Did you ever get a note from her for any of those things?
No, Your Honor, I was too involved.
Well, you were too involved, and that's what you get when you're too involved.
That's
so
right.
You don't get paid for that.
That's right.
That's stupidity.
Well, I said that to myself.
Well, if you said it to yourself, unfortunately, you got to listen to me say it to you again.
That's okay.
So this was a lesson that cost you perhaps a couple of $1,000s. Miss Wilhelm says that you never gave her any money, I assume. Is that right?
That's correct.
Never gave you any money?
No.
I don't know whether I believe you that he never gave you any money. I sort of think he probably did. In any event, you knew each other for a total of maybe 8 weeks. In the 8 weeks, the plaintiff is out a substantial amount of money. I can't get you back all the money that you were out, sir, because I really feel as if you didn't have a contract with her with regard to these cash loans that you made to her, cash gifts that you made to her. But clearly it was your intention to have a hold on the car, which was the largest amount of money that you turned over to the plaintiff, by having your name placed as a lien holder on the car. That is some evidence of a debt. That is why you got your car back. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Rest of your claim is dismissed. That's all. But you were the aggressor with the pepper spray. That's all.
Yeah, this is case number 123 on the calendar in the matter of Gregory versus Billsbach Termont. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Miss Gregory, according to your complaint, you owned some real estate that was rental property. You rented it to the two defendants and claimed that during the course of their tenancy, they trashed your property. They say they did nothing to your property but normal wear and tear, that they had some parties there that you were aware of, and they are counterclaiming. They say that during a snowstorm, you failed to plow the driveway, which caused their car to catch on fire. When did this lease begin?
The 1st of August in 2000.
How long was the lease?
It was a month-to-month affair because this is a property that I was trying to sell.
So you didn't have a written lease?
Yes, I do have a written lease.
Can I see it, please? Okay, so they rented the property on August 1st. When did you first see any damage to the property?
Well, I was getting complaints from neighbors. So
what was the date?
Probably in October. It became obvious that they were having parties there and so forth.
Okay, when was the next time you were alerted that there may be any problem with the property?
Well, as the snow left and I could see that the land was fairly well destroyed all around the place from four-wheeling and so forth, but the final blow, I guess, came when the neighbors were complaining to the point where they were telling me I had to get rid of them. And that's when I went out in the first part of April, you know, discovered the...
I see some pictures there.
Yes.
So let me see the photographs.
Now, I should have sorted through. They're not all wonderful.
Is this a trailer?
It's a mobile home that has been built onto, and it's about 2,000 square foot.
Were these holes in the wall or anything else there when you rented it to them?
No, we were having some leakage with the roof, and they said that they could take care of that if I would buy the materials, which I did, and I have my receipts for that.
What I'm asking you, madam, is I'm going to show you some pictures. What I'd like you to do is take a look at these photographs and tell me whether this is the way the property looked when you rented it to them.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not?
No.
Would you show this to these two people? What is that?
That's the wall that's falling down.
No, it isn't. It's not a wall that's falling down. You want to explain that to me?
There were holes in the wall that were caused by parties that we had out there.
Okay, period. Good.
That's our refrigerator, Your Honor.
Was that the way it was when you got it?
That was our refrigerator when we moved in.
Oh, good. So I don't have to look at the refrigerator. Perfect. They bought the refrigerator, right? Madam.
That doesn't ring a bell with me.
Well, if it doesn't ring a bell with you, they say that they bought the refrigerator. I trust that they bought the refrigerator.
There were 2 refrigerators there. I'm sorry.
Same party?
Yes.
You got some nerve. What's wrong with you? Huh? What is wrong with you?
Well, in the beginning, when we rented the property, Sherry told us our deposit wasn't for the trailer. She didn't care about the trailer. She said, trash it or fix it. Those were her exact words. She don't care. Trash it or fix it. It's up to you. We fixed it in the first place. The roof got so bad. The house was totally unlivable. There was no hot water, no furnace.
So move. So
That's what we
move.
did.
You aren't being held a prisoner.
Also, before we...
I'm not finished with you. If the trailer is not habitable because there's no heat, no hot water, you have the ability to get out of this lease, right?
Correct.
You don't do this to somebody else's property. Nobody says trash it. Nobody normal. She's not abnormal.
Those were her words. Trash it or fix it.
Bull. Not common sense, unless somebody is on heavy doses of something. And if you live in a place, and assuming that she was having a mental lapse and said that to you, you still don't do this.
Your
So
Honor,
you have to pay for all the damage.
maybe half the reason why she didn't care that we trashed it is she told me once that she had that trailer insured at over $30,000. They'd make a nice insurance claim. And that trailer is appraised at a little over $3,000 for the whole trailer. The roof damage is well exceeds the $3,000 to have that roof repaired. So basically the trailer is worth nothing. And
Why
she
didn't you
hasn't
just live
insured-
there peacefully? I mean, what joy does somebody get in causing this kind of damage? What joy?
Teenage kids.
When we moved in,
If you're, just a second. Did you move from your family's house into this property?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you do this to your parents' house?
No, Your Honor.
Then you know better. It's not as if you weren't housebroken. You were, in fact, housebroken.
When we moved in, Your Honor, the previous tenant had been convicted of trafficking meth, and the FBI had just done a raid on that exact trailer when we moved in. The place was completely unlivable. We spent over 40 hours fixing it up.
What did you have to do?
We had to pick up heroin needles.
Motorcycles in our living room, our kitchen.
What did you do
About
with
10
them?
of them.
What did you do with them?
We had the salvage yard come pick them up.
Did you sell them to the salvage yard?
No.
You just gave them away?
Yes.
They were not worth anything. They were torn into parts.
Sherry told
us to get rid of them.
Yeah, she told us that it was our responsibility to clean up the trailer. In the lease it
So
says...
it says that you clean up the trailer. She's selling it as is. So far, I don't hear about anything like this.
Well,
I
when
heard
we
you got
moved
rid of a
in,
lot of junk inside.
The roof was always leaking when we moved in, and we never said it was no problem that we could fix it because the roof was in bad condition when we moved in. She had already had a professional contractor come out there and do the exact same thing that she bought us materials for. And the roof still was leaking, and there was no way we could get it repaired
Why would you fix the roof and do this to the walls?
because the roof was completely collapsing. When we first moved in, we tried as hard as we could to put up the roofing materials, but it didn't stop it. And that whole, there's 3 sections of the trailer. That third
if
section...
you notice that I didn't show you any pictures of the collapsing where there looks like there were leaks coming in. She's got them here. I didn't show you those. Because if you were renting a place and had a leaky roof, I don't hold you responsible for that at all. This I hold you responsible for. This doesn't come from a leaky roof.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Sherry Gregory says former tenants Joel Termott and Chris Bilsbach trashed her property. Joel and Chris say Sherry is a con artist.
According to you, you were just following instructions, right?
Not necessarily following instructions, but knowing in the... You put 3 kids under the age of 19 in a house on a farm. You know what they're going to do, and you tell them they can trash it or fix it.
When we moved out
As a
there,
landlord, would any landlord do that and not expect this to happen?
When we moved out there, we told her...
May I please see the estimates of your damage?
Your Honor, I have one statement here from the insurance company which has paid a portion of that, okay?
I want to see the estimates of the damage that were not paid by your insurance.
That's this document.
Let me see what she's got for me. No, listen. First of all, strike out roof leaks, water damage. That was a problem that existed before they moved in, and it's your responsibility to take care of it. Carpet throughout. I can't tell what damage they caused and what damage your previous tenant caused, because it seems to me that you did not examine that property before they moved in.
I did.
No, because I believe them when they said that they found needles in there, motorcycle parts in the trailer, and all that other kind of stuff that you told them to get rid of. Because in your lease it says that they take the property exactly as it's turned over to them. And I believe them because they were at least honest enough to say to me, I caused this, it was parties. And that's what happens when you rent to teenagers. I mean, that's pretty honest and damning. So I believe that there was a lot of junk in that place when they moved in. So how do I know when the damage was done to the carpet?
The carpet thing, the main carpet damage that I was talking about there was just where the roof had leaked and made
strike that. That's your responsibility.
I'm not talking about carpet throughout.
Outside debris cleanup. Do you have a bill for that?
I've got a man out there working now. It's just way too short a time to get a total estimate on it. And with the grass growing tall...
I can't help you unless I have a bill. This is you.
Right.
I need bills.
Your Honor, could I add one thing?
Yes.
She claims that she gave us our eviction notice on the 1st of April. We received our eviction notice on the 20th of April, which she had dated the 1st. Okay. So we'd only have 10 days, 11 days to get out, which was a totally false statement on the eviction notice. We were out within the week, within 7 days. We came out there within the last day, before the end of the month, and there was someone already living out there, cleaning up, doing work out there, re-drywalling, stuff like that. This is all stuff that I'm sure she's not paying him. I'm sure he's living there, he's fixing it up. She's telling him the same exact thing that she told us when we moved in there.
Just a minute.
Fix it.
Doesn't make what you did to the property right.
No.
Okay.
But she's got someone living there while we were still paying rent, while we were still supposed to be living there. She's got someone there just because she knew we were out.
Who's living there now?
The person he's talking about did not have permission to be there at that time. I didn't know that person was there. He was someone that was wanting to rent it because when I called and...
Is he still there?
2 different people.
Who's living there?
Mark.
When did Mark move in?
The 10th or 11th of May.
That's not correct, Your Honor. We went back before the 1st of May, and I went in my room to get some stuff that I still had there, and there was like 3 snakes and a bunch of hamsters living in my bedroom, and that was before the 1st of May.
All right. Interior debris cleanup. Yeah, you're going to pay for that, boys. But I'm allocating $200 to clean it up. Now,
we had till the 1st. We went out there the 28th to clean up that weekend.
Why didn't you clean up before you moved out?
We moved all our personal stuff out.
Why didn't you clean up before you moved out?
This is 7 days after we got the eviction notice. We were out. We went back to clean up on the 7th day. Someone else was already living there.
Okay. Approximately 3 acres. Seeding? You have a bill for that?
My farmer tenant out there will do that work. He has never presented me with his...
Then I can't help you, Miss Gregory. I need bills. How do I know whether it costs $3,000 to reseed 3 acres? How do I know that? All I know is that you can go and you can rent a spreader for $20, and for another $50, you can buy a whole bunch of seed. Is that right?
I'm not a farmer.
Well, I know. I mean, I know a little bit about that, and if you want to, then you spread it. And you spread it, and grass grows. You have $3,000. Ms. Gregory, it's ridiculous. I mean, do you want me to dismiss this case without prejudice, go and get bills, go and get estimates? I'm not going to do anything.
May I say?
Sure.
This is land that does not just need seeding, it needs completely smoothed out because of all the ruts and everything from the four-wheeling and driving on areas that never should have been driven on.
Well, Ms. Gregory, you have your choice, madam. Do you want me to dismiss your case without prejudice? You can refile it at some later point when you get the estimates for these things. Or do you want me to continue? If I continue, I have no idea what I'm going to come up with. So far, I got $200 because that's what it looks like it would cost anybody to spend 4 hours in cleaning up the mess that they left inside. That's it. What do you want to do? You need proof when you come to court. This is not proof. A prepared statement is not proof of damage.
Well, I asked for this from both the tenant farmer that will do the work on the land and from the guy that is doing the repairs on the house. And he didn't submit that to me. He said, Sherry, the minimum it's going to take on that roof and the water damage part is $20,000. $2,500.
We didn't cause the roof and water damage on her.
I struck out the water damage because that was a problem before they moved in.
It was supposed to have been repaired by them. I bought them materials to take care of it.
That's your problem. Tenants don't do that. And if you rented the property to two teenagers and you tell them that the roof leaks, I'm going to buy you material and fix it, and if you have a real interest in your property, then what you do is you go back 3 weeks later and check your property and see if it's been done properly. What do you mean,
No, I mean, it's something
How much did you get from the insurance company?
Here,
Just tell me how much you got from the insurance company.
$12,329.31.
For, shh, quiet. For all the damage.
For the things that they had listed.
Your Honor, I have a copy from the county assessor appraising the trailer that she got insurance money for.
She got $12,000 from the insurance company. She can take care of the property from that. I just finished plaintiff's case. Let's get to your nonsense. She didn't plow the driveway? Huh?
She told, we live in the middle of the country. The driveway has a very big incline.
Yeah.
Because of that, it's hard to get up when there's a big snow, and the fact that it drifts twice as high as much snowfall as you have.
So
she told us, we were telling her we had problems getting up the driveway. She's like, well, I'll have the farmer or a neighbor come plow the driveway. Never seen it. Never came around.
No. She said have the farmer or the neighbor plow the driveway.
Yeah, someone that she knew that had a plow would come out and
No,
clean our
that's
driveway.
not what you just said. You just said to me, she said to you, have the farmer or the neighbor plow the driveway.
Yes, her as the landlord was going to take care of it. It was her responsibility.
No, did she say that?
Yes.
No. I don't believe she said that. She said have one of your neighbors take care of that.
No, she didn't tell us to have it done.
Really?
She said she was going to have it done.
When did she tell you that?
We don't know the farmer. We don't know the neighbors. The neighbors
They don't want to know you. I got news
The neighbors
for you.
she's talking about, she has sold part of this 80 acres too.
Okay. And when was the first time that you had a problem with snow?
Give
me the date. First date you had a problem with snow.
Well, in Nebraska, it snows from November till...
So the first problem you had was in November?
Correct.
Probably more like October.
So the first problem that you had was in October and you couldn't get your car out?
The thing is it wasn't the fact that I got it stuck, it was the fact I left it at the house and rode to work with him, or rode to school with him, because he had a four-wheel drive. I knew I wouldn't make it out.
Tell me whose car exploded.
That was mine, Your Honor.
Well, how did that happen?
Fire department says it caught on fire.
Don't tell me what the fire department says.
It caught on
That's
fire because
hearsay.
it got stuck
Where did it get stuck?
in the driveway.
Yes, and you tried to start it? I mean,
Sure. It was running when I got stuck.
Spontaneous combustion. It didn't just explode because it wasn't
No,
like
it caught on
sitting-
fire. The tires caught the engine on fire.
Yes, because you kept trying to move it. I assume you were trying to move it.
Well, as soon as it got stuck, yes, I tried getting out. I didn't try and get out for, 10 minutes. I tried to get out, 30 seconds. I knew I was stuck. I mean, it was buried. The car was completely not going anywhere. I turned it off, walked up to the house in sub-negative 30-degree weather, went up to the house, and I couldn't see the car from the driveway. The car burned up. The fire department called me, said, your car's on fire.
Oh, okay. So what do you want from me? What do you want from her?
Well, it's a countersuit. She said, and as a landlord, she was going to take care of having the driveway plowed.
And if she didn't take care of
She
it
told me
starting,
she was
listen,
gonna-
hey, listen to me carefully. When did your car catch on fire? What month?
December.
December. If she told you initially, and you say it starts to snow in October in Nebraska, that she was going to plow, and she didn't plow, you know what you do? Move! October, move November, move December. You're not a prisoner there. You don't like the leaks, you move. You don't like the heat, you move. You don't trash it. You don't blame her for anything. You get out. So, you got $12,000 from the insurance company? Good. You have no case because you have no proof of any additional damage. You have no case. Period. Driveway wasn't plowed. You don't want to get out a shovel and plow your car. You drive with him. He couldn't move his car. Move. Don't rent to teenagers anymore. Goodbye.
26-year-old cafeteria supervisor Gwen Oglesby is suing her ex-boyfriend's friend, 26-year-old dental assistant Dominique Magallanes, for kicking her car and terrorizing her kids.
Order. All rise. Yes, this is case number 137 on the calendar in the matter of Oglesby versus Magallanes. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Folks, have seats.
Miss Oglesby, according to the complaint that I've read, on April 21st, you went to your ex-boyfriend's house. you and your ex-boyfriend have a child together, and it was your intention to retrieve some property. You arrive at the house, and the defendant is there.
Yes. So, Assalamu alaikum. कैसे हैं आप सब लोग? I hope so. You all are doing well. और सबसे पहले तो आप सब लोगों का वेलकम हो गया इस मेरी वीडियो के अंदर। आज की इस वीडियो के अंदर मैं आप लोगों को कुछ ऐसी बातें बताना चाहूँगा कि जो कि आपकी लाइफ के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है। बेसिकली जो मेरी वीडियो है, सबसे पहले तो हम ये बात कर लेते हैं कि जो मेरी वीडियो है ये किस पर्पस के ऊपर है। सो बेसिकली माई वीडियो इज़ ऑन द पर्पस ऑफ मोटिवेशन। ये एक मोटिवेशनल वीडियो है। सो ख़ास तौर पे उन लोगों के लिए जो लोग जल्दी गिव अप कर जाते हैं, जल्दी हार मान जाते हैं। अगर तुम लोग भी जल्दी हार मानने वाले लोगों में से हो, सो मस्ट वॉच दिस वीडियो टिल एंड, ताकि तुम लोगों का कॉन्फिडेंस भी बिल्डअप हो जाए वीडियो देखने के बाद, और इसके अलावा तुम लोग खुद इतने कैपेबल हो जाओ कि तुम लोग 100 लोगों में खड़े होके बोल सको। ठीक है, बिकॉज आई विल शेयर माई जर्नी कि मैं भी तुम लोगों की तरह एक इंट्रोवर्ट था और एक ऐसा बंदा था जो कि लोगों में जाकर बहुत ज़्यादा शाय फील करता था। तो जो मेन एक इंसान को डर होता है वो ये होता है कि लोग क्या कहेंगे। दैट्स द मेन थिंग विच introvert person think कि what do people think, what do people say, लोग क्या कहेंगे, लोग क्या सोचेंगे। just don't give them anything, just उनको कुछ भी ना दो। ठीक है, अपने काम से काम रखो तुम। सही है, लोगों का काम है बातें बनाना। तुम कामयाब हो जाओगे, लोग तब भी बातें बनाएंगे। तुम अनसक्सेसफुल हो जाओगे, लोग तब भी बातें बनाएंगे। सो मेन थिंग क्या है, तुम लोगों को अपने गोल के ऊपर फोकस करते रहना चाहिए। सही है, इसकी मैं तुम्हें आसान एग्जांपल देता हूँ। देखो, अगर तुम लोग को लगता है ना कि यार वाकई में लोग क्या कहेंगे, तुम उनके बारे में सोचो ही ना। ठीक है, सोचो ही ना, जस्ट लगे रहो, लगे रहो, लगे रहो, लगे रहो, सर नीचे करके बस लगे रहो, लगे रहो, लगे रहो। एंड एक दिन ऐसा आएगा बूम, फिर लोग उसको बोलेंगे भाई ये ओवरनाइट सक्सेस है। ये तुम्हारी लाइफ में होगा एक दिन, वन डे इंशाल्लाह। सो मेन थिंग क्या है, कंसिस्टेंसी। कंसिस्टेंसी के साथ क्या दूसरी चीज़ क्या है कि ये डर नहीं बिठाना कि लोग क्या कहेंगे। सही है, एंड और गिव अप नहीं करना। जब तुम कोई गिव अप करने का सोच लेते हो ना, मोस्टली लोग पता है कहाँ पे गिव अप करते हैं। मतलब वो लोग किसी पाथ पे जा रहे हैं, जा रहे हैं, जा रहे हैं, जा रहे हैं, और सक्सेस का पाथ जो है वो मुड़ने वाले हैं ऐसे करके। तो वो जैसे ही मुड़ने लगते हैं तो जो है ना वहाँ पे वो गिव अप कर देते हैं। उनको पता ही नहीं होता कि यार ये लास्ट पॉइंट है हमारी सक्सेस का, और वहीं पे वो गिव अप कर देते हैं, जो कि बहुत ही यानी गलत चीज़ है। सो क्योंकि हम लोगों को तो नहीं पता होता, और तुम लोगों को नहीं पता होता कि यार मेरा सक्सेस पॉइंट कहाँ पे है। जब तुम अपने सक्सेस पॉइंट पे पहुँच जाते हो तब तुम्हें पता लगेगा कि मेरा सक्सेस पॉइंट ये है। अब तुमने उस सक्सेस पॉइंट से पहले ही तुम रुक गए, तुम स्टॉप कर दिए तुमने, सो ऑब्वियसली तुम तो फिर गिव अप कर दिए तुमने, तो फिर तो भाई तुम फेल हो गए, नाकाम हो गए तुम। सो फर्स्ट थिंग, तुमने गिव अप नहीं करना है, गिव अप नहीं करना है तुम लोगों ने। सही है, जब तुम्हारे अंदर एक जोश पैदा हो जाएगा ना गिव अप ना करने का, दुनिया की कोई भी ताकत तुम्हें रोक नहीं सकती। ठीक है, ये चीज़ें तुम बस एक सिंपल, देखो मैं तुम लोग को एक सिंपल चीज़ बताता हूँ, ये अपने माइंड के अंदर बिठा लोगे ना, तुम दुनिया के सबसे स्ट्रॉन्गेस्ट कॉन्फिडेंट पर्सन बन जाओगे। वो एक चीज़ जानना चाहोगे क्या? वो एक चीज़ ये है कि आई डोंट केयर व्हाट पीपल थिंक्स अबाउट मी। आई डोंट केयर व्हाट पीपल थिंक अबाउट मी। मुझे कोई परवाह नहीं है लोग मेरे बारे में क्या सोचते हैं। जब तुम्हें परवाह होती है ना किसी भी चीज़ की, तुम वो काम डर के करते हो। यू डू दैट वर्क टू बी लाइक यू आर लाइक अफ्रेड ऑफ समथिंग। ये चीज़ होती है तुम्हारे अंदर। लेकिन जब तुम किसी चीज़ की परवाह नहीं करते ना, जिसे कहते हैं यार ये देखो ये कितना लापरवाह है, ये चीज़ होती है। अगर तुम कोई काम लापरवाही से करते हो ना, इसलिए मैं बोलता हूँ हर काम लापरवाही से करो, इसको पॉजिटिव सेंस में लो, नेगेटिव सेंस में ना लो। लापरवाही से अपनी सक्सेस जारी रखो, नो मैटर व्हाट पीपल से, जो लोग कहते हैं कहना दो उनको। जब तुम परवाह नहीं करोगे ना मेरे भाई, जब तुम परवाह नहीं करोगे तब तुम सक्सेसफुल हो जाओगे। ये बात मैं बोल रहा हूँ, ये लिख लो, बात सही है, ठीक है। सिंपल एक चीज़, इससे तुम लोगों का, तुम खुद देखोगे आगे, मुझे कमेंट सेक्शन में बताओगे कि भाई यार ये चीज़ वर्क कर गई है, ठीक है। तो जब तुम लोगों को लोगों की परवाह नहीं करोगे ना सॉरी, तो तब तुम बहुत आगे जाओगे ज़िंदगी में। और एक और बात मैं तुम लोगों को बताता हूँ, तुम लोग जिस चीज़ को ओवरनाइट सक्सेस कहते हो ना, लोग बल्कि कहते हैं जिस चीज़ को ओवरनाइट सक्सेस, अंदर खाना वो ओवरनाइट सक्सेस नहीं होती, उसके पीछे सालों की मेहनत होती है। जब तुम लोग मेहनत करते रहोगे, एक दिन ऐसा आएगा जब तुम सक्सेसफुल पर्सन बन जाओगे, तब ये जो लोग हैं तुम्हारे इर्द गिर्द, ये तुम लोगों को बोलेंगे कि ये तो भाई ओवरनाइट सक्सेस है। बट दैट्स नॉट ट्रू मेरे भाई, असल चीज़ तो तुम लोगों को पता है। मैं तुम लोगों को कहानी सुनाता हूँ, एक रियल बेस्ड कहानी है, काफ़ी पुरानी है। एक ना पेंटर था, सही पेंटिंग्स वगैरह लाइक करता था वो, उसका नाम था पाब्लो पिकासो। यू गाइस कैन आल्सो सर्च ऑन गूगल एनीवेयर, तुम लोगों को पता लग जाएगा। तो बहुत ही खूबसूरत पेंटिंग बनाता था, और उसकी जो पेंटिंग थी वो $1 मिलियन में वर्थ करती थी, यानी बहुत ज़्यादा उसकी वैल्यू होती थी उसकी पेंटिंग की ना। तो एक दिन ऐसा हुआ कि वो पाब्लो पिकासो पेंटर जो है किसी एग्जीबिशन में गया, वहाँ पे अपनी पेंटिंग का मुजाहरा दिखा रहा था, बहुत सारे लोग एंजॉय कर रहे थे, एंड पीपल वर लाइक शॉक्ड कि यार इतना अच्छा पेंटर, इतना बड़ा एक्सपीरियंस पेंटर, इतनी अच्छी अच्छी पेंटिंग्स इतनी जल्दी बना रहा है, वाओ यार वेरी गुड। तो उसी ना ऑडियंस में एक लेडी वहाँ पे मौजूद थी जो कि इससे बहुत ज़्यादा इम्प्रेस हुई थी, एंड शी वॉज द ह्यूज फैन ऑफ पाब्लो पिकासो। तो जब एंड हुआ एग्जीबिशन, तब लेडी ने कहा कि मुझे पाब्लो पिकासो से मिलना है, प्लीज़ मुझे मिलने दें, आई एम ह्यूज फैन ऑफ पाब्लो पिकासो। पाब्लो पिकासो ने कहा यस ठीक है, नो इश्यूज़, आने दो। वो आई लेडी, उसने कहा आई एम ह्यूज फैन ऑफ योर्स पाब्लो पिकासो, और क्या आप प्लीज़ मेरे लिए एक पेंटिंग ड्रॉ कर सकते हैं। उसी टाइम पाब्लो पिकासो ने एक पेन पकड़ के उसने जो है ना एक ड्राइंग शुरू कर दी। वो ड्राइंग उसने 30 सेकंड्स के अंदर वो ड्राइंग बना ली उसने, 30 सेकंड्स, और इतनी खूबसूरत ड्राइंग थी। और जब उसने ड्राइंग बनाई ना, उसने वो लेडी के हाथ में दिया एंड सेट के, ये पेंटिंग मैं तुम्हें दे रहा हूँ, और इसकी कॉस्ट मिलियंस में है, $1 मिलियन में। द लेडी वॉज शॉक्ड, उसको यकीन नहीं आ रहा था भाई कि एक 30 सेकंड वाली पेंटिंग एक इतने $1 मिलियन में वर्थ कर सकती है, उसको रियली में यकीन नहीं आ रहा था। तो उसने कहा थैंक यू सो मच पाब्लो पिकासो फॉर योर एफर्ट। उसके बाद चली गई लेडी। वो लेडी गई उस शॉप पे जहाँ पे पेंटिंग्स वगैरह दे के पैसे लेते हैं, बिकती हैं चीज़ें, तुम लोगों को पता होगा, अभी भी हैं। तो वो लेडी जब वहाँ पे गई, उसने वो पेंटिंग दिखाई उसको, उसने कहा कि ये पेंटिंग मैं सेल करना चाहती हूँ। उसने कहा ये $1 मिलियन की सेल हो गई। लेडी अगेन हैरान हो गई, हाउ इज दैट पॉसिबल। उसने कहा भाई अब तो पाब्लो पिकासो से मिल के ही रहना है, अब तो पाब्लो पिकासो मिल जैसे ही उससे मैंने मिलना है। तो लेडी जो है ना, फिर अगेन उसने वेट किया कोई पाब्लो पिकासो का एग्जीबिशन हो। तो पाब्लो पिकासो का एक और जगह एग्जीबिशन था, तो वो बहुत खुश हो गई। वो गई उस एग्जीबिशन में, वहाँ पे गई, बैठी, एग्जीबिशन ख़त्म हुआ, दोबारा उसने कहा मुझे पाब्लो पिकासो से मिलना है, मैं पहले भी पाब्लो पिकासो से मिल चुकी हूँ, मुझे दोबारा मिलने दो। तो पाब्लो पिकासो ने कहा यस इसे आने दो। वो आई, मिली, उसने कहा आपको याद है मैं वही लेडी हूँ जिसको आपने 30 सेकंड्स के अंदर एक ड्राइंग बना के दी थी और कहा था ये $1 मिलियन में। उसने कहा यस यस मुझे याद है। उसने कहा पाब्लो पिकासो इट वॉज ट्रुथ, ये सच था, वाकई ही में वो जो पेंटिंग है वो $1 मिलियन में वर्थ करती है। तो पाब्लो पिकासो ने कहा यस आई टोल्ड यू, मुझे पता था, because I know. लेडी ने हैरान होकर सवाल पूछा कि how is that possible that you just took a pen and just draw a painting. You have took just 30 seconds and you just draw a painting like which cost millions of dollars. How is that possible? कैसे आपने 30 seconds के अंदर एक $1 million की पेंटिंग बना ली? पाब्लो पिकासो ने कहा, sorry guys, so I was there कि पाब्लो पिकासो ने कहा कि जो पेंटिंग तुम्हें 30 सेकंड की नज़र आ रही है ना, इसके पीछे 30 साल की मेहनत है, 30 साल की। The lady was shocked. उसने कहा हाँ ये बात है। तो कहने का मकसद ये है कि लोगों को जो चीज़ मतलब नज़र आ रही होती है ना कि यार ये तो ओवरनाइट सक्सेस है, इतनी जल्दी 30 सेकंड में कैसे, 1 मिनट में कैसे, 2 मिनट में कैसे, उसके पीछे सालों की तुम लोगों की मेहनत होती है। सो हमने क्या सीखा? नेवर गिव अप। ठीक है, हार नहीं मानी। हमें नहीं पता कौन सा मोड़ हमारी सक्सेस का है और एन उसी मोड़ पे आके हम गिव अप कर देते हैं। कितनी गलत बात है, हमें नहीं पता होता। ठीक है, सक्सेस हमें नहीं पता होता हमें किस पॉइंट में मिलेगी, हमें बस जस्ट मेहनत करते रहना चाहिए। ये ना हो अनफॉर्चुनेटली हम एक ऐसे पॉइंट पे जाए जहाँ पे सक्सेस है और वहाँ से 2 कदम दूर हम गिव अप कर दें। कितना अजीब लगेगा, फिर हम बाद में रिग्रेट करेंगे, काश यार 2 कदम ही थे चलने तक। सो मेहनत रिग्रेट से बेहतर है। हार्ड वर्क इज़ बेटर देन रिग्रेट। ठीक है, पहली चीज़ तो होगी नेवर गिव अप इन योर लाइफ। नेवर एवर गिव अप, जस्ट स्टे स्ट्रॉन्ग, स्टे फोकस ऑन योर गोल। दूसरा हमने क्या सीखा? लोग क्या कहेंगे इसके बारे में नहीं सोचना। What do people say? Don't think about that. Okay? सॉरी। अगर तो तुम लोग इन 2 चीज़ों को भी अपने माइंड के अंदर बिठा लेते हो ना भाई, मेरे भाई 2 चीज़ों को भी बिठा लेते हो, then you will gonna master the art of psychology मेरे भाई। सही है। तो ये जो टॉपिक है ना मोटिवेशन, इस पे बंदा अगर घंटों भी लगाए ना तो ये ख़त्म नहीं होगा। ठीक है, तो मैंने तुम लोगों को सिर्फ एक स्टोरी सुनाई है पाब्लो पिकासो की। गॉट क्या? सो हमारे जो लोग, एक टाइम पे मैं तुम लोगों को बताऊँ, मैं भी ना काफ़ी ज़्यादा इंट्रोवर्ट होता था और जब भीड़ में जाता था तो भाई मैं ऐसे डर जाता था बिल्कुल। तो मुझे लगता था पता नहीं क्या होगा, ये लोग क्या कहेंगे। आई स्टार्टेड शिवरिंग और मैं कांपने लग जाता था। लेकिन मैंने एक दिन खुद से बैठ के सोचा, मैंने सोचा इब्राहिम तू इतना डरता क्यों है यार? जब इतने ज़्यादा लोग हों और वहाँ पे जाके तूने स्पीच देनी हो तो तू एकदम डर सा क्यों जाता है? मैंने एक अपने आप से क्वेश्चन किया, वाई यू गेट अफ्रेड of people or anything else? Why you get shivering like that? You are afraid of someone else. तुम क्यों डर रहे हो? ये मैंने अपने आप से सवाल किया, मैं क्यों डर रहा हूँ? सो मैंने ही मेरे अंदर यही जवाब दिया कि मैं इसीलिए डर रहा हूँ कि लोग क्या कहेंगे। अगर अब देखो, अब तुम एक खाली रूम में खड़े हो जाओ, ठीक है, खाली रूम जहाँ पे कोई भी ना और वहाँ पे खड़े होके तुम ऐसे बोलते रहो, तुम वहाँ पे खड़े खड़े ना 10 घंटे बोल लोगे। बट वहाँ पे अगर मैं 100 लोग ला के खड़ा कर दूँ ना, तुम 10 मिनट भी नहीं बोल पाओगे। क्यों? तुम्हारे जो माइंड है ना, तुम्हारे इस माइंड के अंदर ये होगा कि मेरे सामने 100 लोग खड़े हुए और पता नहीं ये लोग क्या कहेंगे जब मैं बोलूँगा। और जब मैं तुम्हें बोलूँ कि आंखें बंद करके बोलो और ये ना सोचो सामने लोग हैं कि नहीं, तब तुम बोलते रहोगे, तुम्हें परवाह नहीं होगी। क्यों? क्योंकि तुम्हें लोग ही नहीं नजर आ रहे मेरे भाई। जब तुम्हारे सामने बहुत ज़्यादा क्राउड हो ना, एक सिंपल ट्रिक बताऊं, ये करो तुम अपनी आंखें खुली रखो, ये ना उनकी आंखें बंद करके बोलते रहो, ऑकवर्ड लगेगा बहुत। तुम कहते नहीं, कीप योर आईज क्लोज इवन इन ओपन, अपनी खुली आंखों को ही बंद रख लो। समझो अपने माइंड, बिकॉज योर माइंड इज द मोस्ट पावरफुल थिंग यू हैड। यू कैन डू एनीथिंग दैट यू वांट फ्रॉम योर माइंड। तुम्हारा दिमाग इतना ताकतवर है, तुम अपने माइंड में सोचो कि मेरे सामने कोई है ही नहीं, मैं अकेला हूँ और मैं स्पीच दे रहा हूँ और मैं एक स्पीच डिलीवर कर रहा हूँ। जस्ट थिंक लाइक दैट। और फिर तुम लोग खुद देखोगे कि यार मेरा कॉन्फिडेंस कैसे बूस्ट हो रहा है। जब तुम्हें परवाह ही नहीं होगी लोगों की, तुम वो स्पीच ज़्यादा अच्छे तरीके से डिलीवर कर सकते हो। जब तुम अकेले बैठ के सोचते हो या कुछ बोलते हो, अपने आप से बातें करते हो, तब तुम वो फीलिंग्स अपनी ज़्यादा एक्सप्रेस कर सकते हो। क्यों? तुम्हें पता होता है कि मुझे कोई देख सुन नहीं रहा। समझ आई? हे गाइस, कैसे हो आप लोग? आई होप सो कि तुम लोग बढ़िया होगे, फिट होगे एकदम, और अपनी ज़िंदगी को एकदम फाड़ू किस्म का एंजॉय कर रहे हो। सो आज ये वीडियो का मेरा टॉपिक है मोटिवेशन के रिलेटेड ही मेरा ये टॉपिक है। और इस टॉपिक के अंदर, इस तरह के पिछली वीडियो में मैंने भी एक मोटिवेशन टॉपिक चूज़ किया था और उसके ऊपर मैंने बात की थी, सेम एज इट इज़। इसी तरह हम ये टॉपिक चूज़ करेंगे कोई एक मोटिवेशन का और उसके ऊपर हम बात करेंगे। सो पिछले टॉपिक में हमने क्या चीज़ें सीखी थी कि हमारा कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल किस तरह बूस्ट हो। सही है। सो आज की इस वीडियो में हम बात करेंगे कि लोग किस तरह की तुम लोगों को बातें करते हैं। सही है। तुमने एक बात नोट की होगी, तुम्हें वही लोग तुम्हारी ज़िंदगी में बातें करेंगे जिन लोगों ने कभी अपनी ज़िंदगी में कुछ उखाड़ा ना हो। सही है। अब फॉर एग्जांपल तुम्हारे पास एक बंदा आके बैठता है और उसकी ज़िंदगी में कुछ भी अच्छा नहीं चल रहा होता और वो खुद एक निकम्मा नालायक इंसान होता है, ठीक है, और वो तुम्हारे पास आता है और तुम क्या हो? तुम एक ऐसे बंदे हो जो कि अपने स्ट्रगलिंग फेज में चल रहे हो, मेहनत कर रहे हो, तो तुम्हें आके तरह तरह की बातें कर रहे हो कि भाई ये क्या कर रहे हो, ये क्या कर रहे हो भाई, ये तो इस तरह ना करो भाई, ये तो फजूल है भाई, ये तो बेकार है, इसको छोड़ दो, इससे कुछ भी नहीं होगा, ये तुम्हें इस तरह की बातें करेगा। सही है। इससे क्या ज़ाहिर होता है? वो तुम्हें ज्ञान, तुम्हें भाषण इसलिए दे रहा है बिकॉज उसने अपनी लाइफ में कुछ नहीं उखाड़ा हुआ। सही है। तुमने कभी भी ये नहीं देखा होगा कि एक कामयाब इंसान, एक सक्सेसफुल पर्सन या एक बिलियनर या एक मिलियनर तुम्हारे पास आए और तुम अपने स्ट्रगलिंग फेस में और तुम्हें आके बातें करे कि ये क्या कर रहे हो, ऐसे तो नहीं होगा, ये कर लो, इंस्टेड ऑफ डूइंग दिस डू दिस डू दिस डू दिस, इस तरह कभी भी नहीं बोलेगा। वो हमेशा तुम्हें अप्रिशिएट करेगा बिकॉज उसे पता है कि जो स्टेज तुम्हारे पे चल रहा है वो उस पर गुजर चुका है, उस पर बीत चुका है वो स्टेज, तो वो कभी भी तुम्हें बातें नहीं करेगा। हमेशा वही इंसान तुम्हें बात करेगा जिसकी ज़िंदगी में कुछ उखाड़ा ना हो। तो मेरे भाई, ज़िंदगी में इन चीज़ों पर रिलाई करना छोड़ दो कि क्या कहेंगे तुम्हें लोग, डजेंट मैटर। सही है। तो सिर्फ अगर तुम इतनी अपनी ज़हन में बात बिठा लेते हो ना और तुम सोच लेते हो कि यार वो जो लोग हैं उन्होंने अपनी ज़िंदगी में कुछ भी नहीं उखाड़ा, तो मुझे आके बातें करें, तुम उनको इग्नोर करो। सही है। उनकी बात ना सुनो। पिछली वीडियो में तुम्हें मैंने काफ़ी ज़्यादा चीज़ें बताई थी। अगर तुम लोगों ने वीडियो नहीं देखी तो मेरे चैनल पे पड़ी होगी, जाके देख लेना। और मैं तुम लोगों को और क्या बताऊँ भाई, यही बताना चाहूँगा कि जो लोग होते हैं ना, लोगों का काम होता है बातें बनाना, हमेशा बातें बनाएंगे। तुमने क्या करना है? सर नीचे करके लगे रहना तब तक सर ऊपर नहीं उठाना जब तक तुम कुछ उखाड़ ना लो। अपना पॉइंट समझ गए? ये बात है जो तुम लोगों को बताना चाहता हूँ। तो तुम लोगों को मैंने पिछली वीडियो में एक पेंटर की भी कहानी सुनाई थी, तुम लोगों को याद होगी, उसको भी अपने ज़हन में रखना, सही है? और बस मेहनत करते रहो भाई, मेहनत है तो सब कुछ है मेरे भाई। तुम मेहनत करोगे तुम्हें लाजमी तुम्हें मिलेगा भाई, तुम्हें उसका अजर मिलेगा, सही है ना? अब एक और कैटेगरी आती है टाइम वेस्टर्स की। वो क्या, बजाय वो लोग कोई काम करें, मेहनत करें, वो रातों को जाके ढाबों में बैठ जाते हैं और चाय पी के वहाँ पे ना बातें करते रहते हैं, बिला वजह टाइम ज़ाया करते हैं। क्रिकेट के ऊपर बात कर ली, किसी चीज़ के ऊपर बात कर ली, उनके पास और कुछ करने को होता नहीं है तो वो यही काम कर रहे होते हैं, सही है? तो इंस्टेड ऑफ डूइंग दिस, तुम बजाय इसके कि तुम बातें करो, जाके उधर बैठो, लोगों में बातें करो, यार ये क्या चल रहा है आजकल, ये क्यों हो रहा है, बंदा देखो कैसे जा रहा है, तुम अपने गोल्स के ऊपर फोकस करते नहीं कर सकते हो। तुम अपने बारे में कुछ सोच सकते हो, सही है? तो बजाय इसके कि तुम टाइम ज़ाया करो, तुम अपने ऊपर फोकस कर सकते हो। मैंने तुम्हें पिछली वीडियो में एक बात की थी कि तुम्हें हमेशा हर दिन 1% बेटर होना है, ठीक है? हमेशा हर एक दिन 1% तुम्हें बेटर होना है। ये वो कैसे? सुबह उठे हो, कोई अच्छा ऐसा काम कर लो, ठीक है, जो तुमने पहले कभी ना किया हो। फिर अगले दिन उठ के कोई और ऐसा काम कर लो जो तुमने कभी किया ना हो। अगले दिन उठ के सारी चीज़ें एकदम करोगे ना तो तुम लोग यानी मुश्किल में पड़ जाओगे। सॉरी, मेरा थोड़ा सा गला ख़राब है। पिछली वीडियो में तुम लोगों को पता होगा मैंने कहा था कि मेरा ज़रा ना गला थोड़ा सा ख़राब है, तबीयत थोड़ी सेट नहीं है, सो इस वजह से अभी मेरी कुछ खासी तबीयत जो है सेट नहीं है, बट फिर भी तुम लोगों के लिए मैं ये वीडियो जो रिकॉर्ड कर रहा हूँ। तो क्या करें भाई, ये चीज़ें अगर तुम लोगों ने अपने जहन के अंदर रख ली ना कि लोगों की परवाह नहीं करनी, ठीक है, लोग जो बोल रहे हैं उनको बोलने दो। कोई ऐसा बंदा जिसने अपनी ज़िंदगी में कुछ किया नहीं, वो तुम्हें आगे बातें कर रहे हैं, जस्ट इग्नोर हिम। उसने अपनी ज़िंदगी में कुछ नहीं किया, वो तुम्हें आगे क्या बात करेगा? तीसरी चीज़ मैंने क्या बताई, जो मिलियनियर होगा, जो अपनी ज़िंदगी में कामयाब होगा, वो कभी भी तुम्हें आके इस तरह की बातें नहीं करेगा। क्यों? क्योंकि उसे पता होगा कि एक टाइम ही मेरे पे बीत चुका है, ये टाइम मेरे पे गुजर चुका है। वो कभी भी तुम्हें आगे इस तरह की बातें नहीं करेगा, ठीक है? व्हाट माय पॉइंट। और यही 3-4 चीज़ें यार छोटी छोटी जिनको तुम फोकस करो, और बस जो है ना अपने दाएं बाएं इधर उधर देखना बंद कर दो और सिर्फ बिल्कुल नीचे देख के अपने काम के ऊपर फोकस करो, सही है? अपने काम के ऊपर देखो, उस पर फोकस करो। जब तुम कामयाब हो जाओगे, तुम जब तक सर उठाओगे ना, तुम देखोगे हर कोई तुम्हारी तारीफ कर रहा होगा, हर कोई तुम्हारे आगे पीछे होगा, सही है? तुम लोगों को मैंने एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट टिप दी थी बॉडी लैंग्वेज के बारे से, वीडियो तुम लोगों ने देखी है। और इस तरह मैं वीडियो में तुम लोगों के सामने बॉडी लैंग्वेज यूज़ कर रहा हूँ, तो तुम वीडियो देखते हो तुम्हें इतना, तुम अपने ऊपर अबूर हासिल कर लोगे, तुम्हें इतना कॉन्फिडेंस आ जाएगा कि तुम बॉडी लैंग्वेज को बहुत अच्छे तरीके से इस्तेमाल कर सकते हो। सो तुम कमेंट्स में सब लोग मुझे बताना, तुम लोग मेरी वीडियो कौन कौन से शहर से, कौन कौन से सिटी से, कौन कौन से कंट्री से मेरी वीडियो देख, मुझे कमेंट लाजमी कर देना, कमेंट डाउन बिलो। तो भाई देखो, मोटिवेशन एक ऐसी चीज़ है ना कि कुछ लोगों के अंदर जागती है और फिर वो ख़त्म हो जाती है। तुम लोगों ने अपने अंदर की आग बुझानी नहीं है। ये ना हो वीडियो देखी भाई आज तो भाई मोटिवेशन आ गई, भाई आज तो बहुत बढ़िया मोटिवेशन आ गया, भाई आज तो बहुत ही बढ़िया, आज तो भाई सब कुछ फाड़ के रख देंगे भाई, आज सब कुछ उखाड़ देंगे भाई, वो मोटिवेशन की आग तुम लोगों के अंदर चलती है कोई 5 मिनट 10 मिनट, उसके बाद तुम लोग फिर डाउन हो जाते हो। ऐसी मोटिवेशन का फ़ायदा नहीं है। तुम लोगों ने एक ऐसी मोटिवेशन अपने अंदर बिल्ड करनी है कि एक दफ़ा तुम्हें मोटिवेशन मिल गई तो वो साल हाँ साल चलनी चाहिए। बजाय इसके कि तुम बार बार मोटिवेशन, यार मैं डीमोटिवेट फील कर रहा हूँ, मुझे आई नीड सम मोटिवेशन। नो, यू डोंट नीड एनी मोटिवेशन। द ओनली थिंग यू नीड is the spirit of the success. Only one video, only one motivation that helps you along a life, क्योंकि तुम्हें पूरी ज़िंदगी तुम्हारा साथ दे वो मोटिवेशन। तुम्हें एक ऐसी मोटिवेशन चाहिए मेरे भाई, समझ लो। ऐसी मोटिवेशन नहीं चाहिए जो बेकार की फजूल सी हो, समझ लो। यही जो चीज़ें मैं तुम लोगों को बताना चाहूँगा, इस पर काम करो। और ये नहीं कि मोटिवेशन जो है बस थोड़े टाइम के लिए हो, बाद में मोटिवेशन ना हो। ऐसी मोटिवेशन का कोई फ़ायदा नहीं है। तुम लोगों ने पिछली वीडियो में बैकग्राउंड नोट किया होगा, मैं अपने रूम में था, लेकिन अब जिधर मैं वीडियो रिकॉर्ड कर रहा हूँ ये मैं एक्चुअली मैं अपनी दुकान पे हूँ, तुम लोग देख सकते हो। तो ये शॉप के ऊपर मैं जो है वो बैठा हूँ, ठीक है। तो इधर मैं रिकॉर्ड कर रहा हूँ सिर्फ तुम लोगों के लिए भाई। खैर, अच्छा व्यू वैसे पीछे बड़ा मज़े का आता है, वाइट सी दीवार है, ऐसा लग रहा है कि मैं किस जगह बैठा हूँ। तो वो पीछे खड़े होकर दिखाते हैं, दैट्स मी। Me and my audience, and I'm talking to audience. So एक छोटा सा मैं डेमो दे दिया बॉडी लैंग्वेज का कि किस तरह यूज़ करना है, सही है। मेन थिंग में ना, मैंने पिछली वीडियो में तुम्हें बताया था कि आई कांटेक्ट जो है अपना कैसे मेंटेन करना है, वो ऐसे। अब मैं तुम्हें कैमरे में देख रहा हूँ, मैं तुम्हें कुछ समय के लिए ना कैमरे में देख के बातें करना बताता हूँ कैसे होता है। हाय, माय नेम इज़ मोहम्मद इब्राहिम। आपका क्या नाम है? कहाँ से हैं आप? मैं अटक शहर से। दैट्स हाउ यू कैन यूज़ बॉडी लैंग्वेज। एक मिनट वेट, हाँ, जस्ट एक मिनट। सॉरी। तो हम बात कर रहे थे मोटिवेशन की वजह से कि तुम्हारे अंदर जो है ना वो स्पिरिट बुझनी नहीं चाहिए मेरे भाई, वो जिंदा रहनी चाहिए, सही है। ये चीज़ जो मैं तुम लोगों को कहना चाहूँगा। एंड अनदर थिंग इज़ के खुश रहा करो यार जिंदगी में। अब जब तुम लोग उदास होते हो ना, तुम लोग टेंशन वगैरह लेते हो, तो तुम्हारा माइंड भी उस तरह से वर्क नहीं कर पाता। सो टेंशन कभी भी अपनी ज़िंदगी में तुम लोगों ने नहीं लेनी यार, हमेशा खुश रहना, सही है। और जब भी सुबह उठो, सुबह उठते साथ ही हमेशा पॉजिटिव सोचना है तुम लोगों ने, कभी भी अपने बारे में नेगेटिव नहीं सोचना। लोगों को पता है ब्रूस ली ने क्या कहा था एक अपने इंटरव्यू में? ब्रूस ली ने कहा था कभी भी अपने बारे में नेगेटिव थिंक ना करना, क्योंकि अगर तुम अपने बारे में गलती सा भी या मजाक में भी नेगेटिव सोचते हो ना अपने माइंड में अपने बारे में, तो तुम लोगों का काम तमाम हो जाता है भाई। तुम वाकई वो इंसान बन जाते हो जो तुम सोच रहे हो। फॉर एग्जांपल, तुम सोचते हो कि मैं एक ऐसा बंदा हूँ जो कि कुछ कर नहीं पाता, जिसके अंदर कॉन्फिडेंस है ही नहीं, मजाक में चाहे कह रहे हो, लेकिन तुम्हारा माइंड उस बात को कैच कर लेता है। क्यों? बिकॉज जो तुम्हारा माइंड है उसको नहीं पता क्या चीज़ पॉजिटिव है क्या चीज़ नेगेटिव है। तुमने उसको बताना है कि यार ये चीज़ पॉजिटिव है ये चीज़ नेगेटिव है। तुम्हारे माइंड को कुछ भी नहीं पता होता, सिर्फ तुम लोगों को बताना है, तुम लोगों को ये बताना है कि यार जो मेरा अपने माइंड को ये बताना है कि यार ये चीज़ पॉजिटिव है, ये चीज़ नेगेटिव है। नेगेटिव की तरफ तुम लोगों ने बिल्कुल गलती से भी नहीं जाना। तुम्हें कोई बोलता है ना हाँ भाई तो तू कुछ कर नहीं सकता, भाई तू ये क्या कर रहा है, भाई ये क्या, doesn't listen them। हाँ हाँ भाई बोलते हैं, बोलने दो, लेकिन उनको दिमाग में उनकी बातें नहीं उठानी कि यार इस बंदे ने मुझे कहा थी यार शिट यार मैं वाकई नहीं कर सकता। नो, यू कैन डू माय ब्रदर, यू कैन डू। ठीक है, तुम हर एक वो चीज़ कर सकते हो जो कि तुम सोचते हो। सही है, इस दुनिया में कोई भी चीज़ इम्पॉसिबल है ही नहीं, कोई भी चीज़। किसी महान आदमी ने कहा था कि ड्रीम बिग, ड्रीम एज फार एज बिग यू कैन, ड्रीम so much big as you can, because when you dream big you started working on it, and after working on your dreams you can achieve your goals, you can live that successful life you want to live, which you have dreamed। सही है, तुम वो सक्सेसफुल लाइफ जी सकते हो जो तुम लोगों ने सोची थी। पहला स्टेप क्या, ड्रीम बिग, ड्रीम एज मच एज बिग यू कैन, फिर स्टार्ट वर्किंग ऑन इट, इस पर काम करना शुरू करो अपनी ड्रीम्स के ऊपर। एंड थर्ड स्टेप, फोकस ऑन योर गोल्स, स्टेप बाय स्टेप अपने गोल्स तुम लोग अचीव करते हो। लेकिन पहली जो लेडर है, पहली जो सीढ़ी है वो कहाँ से शुरू होती है, ड्रीम बिग करने से, बड़ा सोचने से। बड़ा सोचते हो, लोगों को बताओ कि मैं ये सोचता हूँ। डोंट फील शाय टू टेल एनीबॉडी दैट आई एम थिंकिंग ऑफ दिस, आई वांट टू डू दिस। सही है, बताओ सबको कि मैं ये सोचता हूँ, मैं ये करना चाहता हूँ ज़िंदगी में। सब लोगों को बताओ। इससे क्या होगा, तुम्हें अपने ऊपर खुद एतमादी होगी, तुम्हें अपने ऊपर कॉन्फिडेंस होगा कि वाकई मैं ये चीज़ कर सकता हूँ। और लोगों को बताओ, चुप होके नीचे देख के अपना काम करो। एक दिन ऐसा आएगा मेरे भाई, तुम लोग एक ऐसे कामयाब इंसान बन जाओगे ना कि तुम लोगों को कोई बंदा भी रोक नहीं सकता। मेरा वीडियो बनाने का मकसद सिर्फ आप लोगों को एजुकेट करना है, आप लोगों को मोटिवेट करना है, ताकि आप लोग अपनी लाइफ में बहुत ऊपर जा सकें। और जब आप लोग एक बड़े इंसान बन जाओगे तब आप याद करोगे कि मैंने इस बंदे की वीडियो देखी थी और इस वीडियो से मुझे काफ़ी ज़्यादा मोटिवेशन मिली। सो I hope so you guys like the video. Make sure to thumbs up to this video and click the subscribe button below so that तुम लोगों को मेरी कोई भी वीडियो जो है वो तुम लोग मिस ना कर सको, मेरी हर वीडियो टाइम से देख सको। So मेरे भाई, I will meet you in the next video। So तब तक के लिए बाय बाय। अपना बहुत सारा ख्याल रखना, जो बातें मैंने कही हैं उसको अपने ज़हन में रखना, और जो है ना कमेंट में बता देना कि नेक्स्ट वीडियो किस पे करो। मैं मिलता हूँ तुम लोगों से नेक्स्ट किसी और वीडियो के अंदर। तब तक के लिए अपना बहुत सारा ख्याल रखना, अपने और अपने प्यारों का ख्याल रखना। लाजमी से ख़त्म कर दे भाई वीडियो। On the count of 3, 2, 1, bye-bye। So, hey guys, कैसे हो आप लोग? I hope so आप सब लोग ठीक होंगे और अपनी ज़िंदगी एंजॉय कर रहे होंगे। So, आज मैं आ चुका हूँ तुम लोगों के सामने एक न्यू ब्रांड वीडियो के साथ। पिछली वीडियो में मैं वीडियो शॉप में बैठ के बनाई थी, तुम लोगों को याद होगा, और वो टॉपिक जो था मोटिवेशन रिलेटेड था। उसमें मैंने बातें तुम लोगों से कही थी कि कैसे यानी तुम लोगों के बारे में बताया था कि कौन लोग तुम्हें बातें करते हैं, कौन लोग तुम्हें बातें नहीं करते। तो आज मैं हूँ अपने घर के अंदर और मैं ऊपर छत पे बैठा हूँ और यहाँ पे हम आज डिस्कशन करेंगे। सबसे पहले तो मैं तुम लोगों को अपना हेयर कट चेक करा देता हूँ। भाई आपके भाई ने कल हेयर कट करवाया मेरे भाई, चेक करो। आज की इस वीडियो में मैं ये बताऊंगा तुम लोगों को कि तुम लोग जब किसी से बात करते हो तो मतलब जब तुम किसी से कन्वर्सेशन करते हो तो हाउ टू इम्प्रेस समवन बाय यूजिंग योर स्किल्स लाइक कन्वर्सेशन स्किल्स। सो अगर तुम लोगों को किसी को इम्प्रेस करना है तो ट्राई करो कि जब तुम किसी से बात करो तो बात करते हुए तुम उसका यानी नाम लो। फॉर एग्जांपल अगर किसी बंदे का नाम आसिम है, सो यू कैन से कि यार इंस्टेड ऑफ सेइंग दिस कि यार मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि हम आज ना डॉल्फिन मॉल जाएं, यू कैन से इंस्टेड ऑफ दिस यू कैन से दिस, यार आसिम मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि यार क्यों ना हम आज डॉल्फिन मॉल जाए यार। हाँ आसिम तुझे पता है, इस तरह इससे क्या होगा, साइकोलॉजी कहती है जब आप किसी बंदे का नाम लेते हो ना तो उसको बहुत अच्छा फील होता है, उस बंदे को मतलब अच्छा फील होता है कि यार ये मेरा नाम ले रहा है। बस कौन अपने नाम से प्यार नहीं करता भाई, हर बंदा अपने नाम से जो है मोहब्बत करता है। और इस टाइम जिधर मैं बैठ के वीडियो बना रहा हूँ उधर धूप भी बहुत ज़्यादा पड़ रही है भाई, धूप भी बहुत पड़ रही है, सो इसको नोट करना। सो पिछली वीडियो में मैंने मोटिवेशन के टॉपिक को कवर किया, उससे पिछली वीडियो में भी मैंने मोटिवेशन के टॉपिक को मैंने कवर किया और उसमें मैंने बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट बातें बताई हैं। अगर तो तुम लोगों ने वीडियो नहीं देखी तो फटाफट जाके उस वीडियो को तुम लोग मस्ट वॉच करो। उसमें मैंने तुम लोगों को आई कांटेक्ट के बारे में बताया है, बॉडी लैंग्वेज के बारे में बताया है, ठीक है। तुम लोगों को मैंने स्टोरी भी सुनाई थी कि और ये भी बताया था कि कौन लोग तुम्हें बातें करते हैं, कौन लोग तुम्हें नहीं बातें करते, सही है। और आज की जो इस वीडियो है इसमें हम एक छोटी सी बात जो है हम सारे सीखेंगे, वो ये है कि बी काइंड भाई, बी काइंड, गिव रिस्पेक्ट, हैव रिस्पेक्ट, सही है। ये कोई बहुत बड़ी बदमाशी नहीं होती कि आप किसी को नीचा दिखाओ, किसी को दबाओ, नो नॉट एट ऑल। यू जस्ट रिस्पेक्ट एवरीबडी, तुम्हें हर किसी की इज्जत करनी चाहिए, ठीक है। अगर तुम किसी की इज्जत करोगे ना मेरे भाई तभी तुम्हें इज्जत मिलेगी, ये बात याद रखो। तुम किसी की इज्जत करोगे तभी तुम लोगों को इज्जत मिलेगी। तो किसी की इज्जत नहीं करोगे ना भाई तुम्हें भी कोई खास इज्जत नहीं मिलेगी। सो गिव रिस्पेक्ट, हैव रिस्पेक्ट, ठीक है, एंड बी काइंड, सही है। नो मैटर व्हाट पीपल थिंक, जस्ट बी काइंड और अपने तुम लोग गोल्स पर फोकस करो, सही है। यही जो बात है मैं तुम लोग को कहना चाहूँगा और मैं कुछ भी कहना नहीं चाहूँगा। बस इतनी सी बात अपने ज़हन में बिठा लो इस वीडियो में जो मैंने तुम्हें बताई है, बी काइंड एंड गिव रिस्पेक्ट टू अदर्स, सही है। और अभी यार मैं फ़ोन पकड़ पकड़ के बहुत थक चुका हूँ, इसलिए हम इसको अब यहाँ पे रख देंगे ऐसे करके। तुम लोगों को मैं नज़र नहीं आ रहा है क्या? तो लोग इसको ना थोड़ा सा ऐसे कर देते हैं, ऐसे, अभी अभी सही है। सो वेदर तुम लोग देख सकते हो, सनी वेदर है पीछे, द स्काई इज ब्लू, द ट्रीज आर ग्रीन and everything is looking very well and nice. तो भाई अच्छा एक दोस्त मिलना ना एक मिनट यार, तो मैं बोल रहा था, अच्छा एक दोस्त मिला ना, ये भी ज़िंदगी की बहुत बड़ी नेमत है। सॉरी गाइस, मैं बोल रहा था अगर तुम लोगों के पास अच्छा दोस्त नहीं है ना, तो तुम लोग यानी एक ऐसा फील करोगे तुम लोग के यार लाइक, मतलब तुम्हें कोई मोटिवेट ज़िंदगी में करने वाला कोई भी नहीं होगा, समझ रहे हो। तो अगर तुम लोगों के पास एक अच्छा दोस्त है और तुम्हें यानी सारे रास्ते सही गाइड करता है कि क्या चीज़ कैसे करनी है, क्या चीज़ कैसे नहीं करनी, तो यू आर ऑन अ राइट पाथ मेरे भाई, ठीक है, यू आर ऑन अ राइट पाथ। और अगर कोई ऐसा दोस्त है तुम्हारे पास जो कि तुम्हें सही गाइड नहीं करता और तुम्हें वो चीज़ें बताता है जो तुम्हें नहीं करनी चाहिए, तो तुम इन डेंजर हो मेरे भाई। तो सारी बातें जो है मैंने कवर कर दी हैं पिछली 2 वीडियोज़ में जो मैंने मोटिवेशन के हवाले से बनाई थी। इस वीडियो में सिर्फ मैंने यही तुम लोगों को 2 बातें नसीहत कर दी हैं कि हर किसी से खुश इखलाकी से मिलो, ठीक है, इज़्ज़त करो सबकी, ठीक है, मैं ये कहना चाहूँगा। और देखो यार, 4 दिन की ज़िंदगी है, किसी ने पता नहीं कब और कहाँ चले जाना है, कोई कुछ कह भी नहीं सकता। तो जस्ट enjoy your life and be kind to everyone, okay, respect your elders, respect your youngest, हर किसी की जो है इज़्ज़त करो, क्योंकि इज़्ज़त दोगे तो इज़्ज़त मिलेगी मेरे भाई, यही दुनिया का असूल है। और डेली ना तुम लोग मेडिटेशन किया करो। वो कैसे, यानी डेली तुम लोग ना जब सुबह उठते हो तो अपने आप में बैठा करो और ख़ुद में सोचा करो, यानी ना रिलैक्स फील किया करो। जस्ट क्लोज योर आइज एंड जस्ट टेक अ डीप ब्रेथ इन फ्रेश एयर एंड उसके बाद सोचो कि मैंने ज़िंदगी में क्या करना है, सोचते रहो और अच्छे गोल्स बनाओ अपने लिए, और इससे तुम्हारी हेल्थ भी यानी काफ़ी अच्छी रहेगी। और हाँ, एक्सरसाइज तुम लोगों ने लाजमी, योगा भी लाजमी करनी है सुबह सुबह उठ के। अगर तुम लोग एक्सरसाइज करते हो, ठीक है, जो कि बहुत ही बेस्ट चीज़ है, इससे क्या होगा, तुम्हारी मेंटल हेल्थ, देखो फिज़िकल हेल्थ के साथ एक्सरसाइज से, अच्छा पता है क्या, एक्सरसाइज से फिज़िकल हेल्थ होती है, फिज़िकल हेल्थ के साथ एक्सरसाइज से तुम्हारी मेंटल हेल्थ भी जो है काफ़ी इम्प्रूव होती है। मेंटल हेल्थ, अगर तुम्हारी अगर तुम्हारी मेंटल हेल्थ नहीं है ना, तो मेरे भाई तुम कुछ भी नहीं कर सकते। अगर मेंटल हेल्थ तुम्हारी नहीं है, तुम कुछ कर ही नहीं सकते। जब मेंटल हेल्थ होगी तभी तुम सारे काम कर सकते हो। तो मेंटल हेल्थ के लिए क्या ज़रूरी है, एक्सरसाइज। वेट लॉस चेक करते हैं, सही है भाई। तो साथ साथ मैं काम भी कर रहा हूँ और साथ साथ मैं तुम लोगों से बातें भी कर रहा हूँ। तो तुम लोगों ने सबसे पहले जो है ना, सुबह उठ के रनिंग करनी है, एक्सरसाइज करनी है, योगा करनी है, अपने आप को टाइम देना है। जब तुम अपने आप में टाइम दोगे ना, खुद को इम्प्रूव करोगे, तो तुम्हें खुद ही अच्छा फील होगा, तुम्हें ज़िंदगी में कुछ करने का दिल करेगा। तुम लोग पता क्या करते हो, सारी ज़िंदगी ना लोगों को इम्प्रेस करते हुए गुजार देते हो कि यार ये इम्प्रेस हो जाए मेरे से, वो इम्प्रेस हो जाए। तो तुम लोग खुद पे वर्किंग करोगे ना, खुद पे, अपने आप पे, तब मतलब तुम लोगों को लगेगा कि यार मैं कुछ कर रहा हूँ लाइफ में। सबसे पहले खुद पे मेहनत करो, खुद पे मेहनत करोगे लोग खुद ब खुद तुमसे इम्प्रेस होंगे। इंस्टेड के तुम लोगों को इम्प्रेस करो और लोगों के लिए मेहनत करो, ये एक तरह से फजूल चीज़ है, ठीक है। इस पर टाइम वेस्ट नहीं करना तुम लोगों ने मेरे भाई, बिल्कुल भी, सही है। इसलिए जो भी काम करो अपने लिए करो, अपने लिए अच्छा सोचो, अपने लिए अच्छा खाओ, अपने लिए अच्छा पहनो, अपनी डाइट का ख्याल रखो, जंक फूड ज़्यादा ना खाओ। तुम लोग जंक फूड खाने से तुम लोगों की हेल्थ जो है वो तो भाई बिल्कुल ही डेड हो जाती है ना। अगर तुम कंसिस्टेंटली अगर तुम लोग जंक फूड ले रहे हो, जो जंक फूड लवर हैं उनके लिए मैं ये बात कर रहा हूँ। सो अगर तुम जंक फूड लवर हो तो कोशिश करो तुम ना एक वेजिटेरियन लवर बन जाओ। मैं मानता हूँ ये चीज़ बहुत मुश्किल है, जब तुम इस चीज़ के साथ गो थ्रू हो जाओगे, जब तुम एक वेजिटेरियन लवर बन जाओगे ना, तो तुम्हारा मतलब खुद दिल करेगा कि यार मैं वेजिटेबल्स वगैरह खाऊँ, तुम्हारा जंक फूड खाने का बिल्कुल भी दिल नहीं करेगा। तो ये कुछ मतलब महीना तुम लोगों को लगेगा इस पे करने में, लेकिन जब तुम लोग इस पे यानी थोड़ा अबूर हासिल कर लोगे तो तुम लोग फिर यानी बहुत इजीली वेजिटेरियन बन जाओगे, वेजिटेबल्स खा सकोगे। खास तुम लोगों को पता है वेजिटेबल जो है वो सेहत के लिए कितनी अच्छी होती हैं। सो ट्राई टू ईट वेजिटेबल्स इंस्टेड ऑफ ईटिंग जंक फूड, और जो है डेली एक्सरसाइज करो, अपने आप पे मेहनत करो, अपने आप पे वर्क करो, और इंस्टेड ऑफ तुम लोग जो है गर्ल्स के पीछे भागो, तुम लोग मनी के पीछे भागो। चेज मनी नॉट गर्ल्स, ओके। सिर्फ तुम लोगों को पैसे के पीछे भागना। तो तुम लोग मेरे भाई पैसे के पीछे भागोगे ना, ये जो कहते नहीं पापा की परियां तुम लोगों के पास खुद आएंगी। सो बस तुम लोग ज़िंदगी में पैसा बनाओ, हर चीज़ तुम्हारे पास है, क्योंकि पैसा एक ऐसी चीज़ है ना मेरे भाई, तुम लोग पैसे से हर चीज़ खरीद सकते हो। मनी कैन बाय एवरीथिंग, मनी कैन बाय हैप्पीनेस। जो लोग बोलते हैं मनी कांट बाय हैप्पीनेस, उनके पास एक्चुअली में मनी होता ही नहीं, इसलिए उनको लगता है मनी कैन बाय एवरीथिंग। हाँ कुछ चीज़ें हैं जो पैसा बाय नहीं कर सकता, बट मोस्टली चीज़ें जो है वो पैसा खरीद लेती है मेरे भाई, ठीक है। पैसे से तुम अपनी फैमिली को खुशी दे सकते हो, उनकी मन पसंदीदा चीज़ें लेके। पैसे से तुम अपने बच्चे को उसका मन चाहता हुआ खिलौना लेके दे सकते हो, जिससे वो तुम्हें खुश होएगा, एंड यू विल गोना बी द बेस्ट डैड इन द वर्ल्ड। सो यही जो बात है मैं तुम लोगों को बोलना चाहूँगा भाई, इस पर तुम लोग अमल करो, ठीक है। अपने आप पे मेहनत करो इंस्टेड ऑफ कि तुम लोगों को इम्प्रेस करो, लोगों के लिए मेहनत करो। अपने आप पे मेहनत करो और अपने गोल्स पे स्टिक रहो। यही छोटी छोटी चीज़ें यार जिनको हम नज़रअंदाज कर देते हैं, हम इन पर फॉलो करते नहीं है छोटी छोटी चीज़ों पे, सही है। मोटर भर गई है सॉरी गाइस, वो घर की मोटर भर गई थी तो वो बंद करने गया था। तो जो सी चीज़ें जो मैंने तुम लोगों को बताई हैं, इसको अपने जहन में रखना और उन पर अमल करना, यही मैं तुम लोगों को कहना चाहूँगा, और कुछ भी ना करना, एंड यू विल गोना बी सक्सीड इन योर लाइफ। सो वीडियो एंड करने से पहले एज यूजुअल जो मैं तुम लोगों को बोलता हूँ, सब्सक्राइब दिस वीडियो, थम्स अप टू दिस वीडियो, एंड कमेंट डाउन बिलो कि तुम लोगों को नेक्स्ट वीडियो किस पे चाहिए, ताकि मैं बनाऊँ यार नेक्स्ट वीडियो तुम लोगों के लिए, सही है। तब तक के लिए मिलते हैं किसी और नेक्स्ट वीडियो में, तब तक के लिए प्यारा प्यारा सा बाय बाय, टेक केयर एंड अल्लाह हाफिज़, और अपनी सेहत का ख्याल रखना ना भूलना। और मैं मिलता हूँ तुम लोगों से किसी और नेक्स्ट वीडियो में, तब तक के लिए बाय बाय एंड टेक केयर। सो हे गाइस, कैसे हो आप सब लोग? आई होप सो आप सब लोग ठीक होंगे और लाइफ को इंजॉय कर रहे होंगे। सो वेलकम हो गया आप सबका। मैं हाजिर हूँ आप लोगों के सामने एक ब्रांड न्यू वीडियो के अंदर। सो पिछले लगातार 3-4 कंसेक्यूटिवली दिनों के साथ मैं वीडियोस पोस्ट कर रहा हूँ रिगार्डिंग टू मोटिवेशन, और मुझे रिस्पॉन्स भी लोगों का बहुत अच्छा आ रहा है। तो मैंने सोचा कि वीडियो बनाते हैं। आज मैं अपनी शॉप पर बैठा हूँ और तुम लोगों के लिए मैं वीडियो रिकॉर्ड कर रहा हूँ, सही है। एंड आई एम फीलिंग मच बेटर राइट नाउ। काफ़ी बेहतर है मेरी तबीयत पहले से, और बस यही है जो मैं कहना चाहूँगा तुम लोगों को, इसके अलावा कुछ नहीं। अभी तक तुम लोगों ने अगर मेरा चैनल सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया हुआ है, इस चैनल के ऊपर न्यू हो तो फटाफट से चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लो, बेल आइकन को प्रेस कर दो और मुझे लाजमी कमेंट कर देना। सो देखो, मैंने तुम लोगों को बोला था कि तुम लोगों ने अपने आप पे वर्किंग करनी है, बजाय इसके कि तुम लोग लड़कियों के पीछे भागो। तुम लोगों ने भागना है पैसे के पीछे। देखो, जो हमेशा गरीब बंदा होता है ना, जो अपने आप पे कभी फोकस नहीं करता, वो लड़की के पीछे भागता है, सही है। वो लड़की के पीछे भागता है, और लड़की किसके पीछे भागती है? लड़की भागती है एक पैसे वाले रिच मैन के पीछे। हमें रिच मैन बनना है, ठीक है। इंस्टेड ऑफ रनिंग बिसाइड्स वुमेन, यू शुड रन बिसाइड्स मनी, because money can give you everything. Instead of a girl which cannot give you anything, she can give you a temporary lust. That's it मेरी भाई. But money can give you a permanent dopamine, a permanent lust that you can enjoy for your whole life मेरे भाई. सही है, यही मैं बोलना चाहूँगा। ये तुम्हारी जो एज चल रही है 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, इन एज में तुम्हें पैसा कमाना है, सही है। तुम्हें पैसा कमाना है, तुम्हें चीज़ों के पीछे नहीं भागना, तुम्हें सिर्फ पैसा बनाना है और अपने आप पे वर्किंग करनी है, अपने आप पे फोकस करना है, ठीक है। तुम बहुत सारे लोग पता क्या करते हैं लोगों को इम्प्रेस करने की खातिर ना खुद को पता नहीं क्या से क्या कर डालते हैं। लोगों को तुम लोगों ने इम्प्रेस नहीं करना, तुमने खुद को इम्प्रेस करना है, अपने आप को। What should I do to make myself impress? What should I do to make myself happy? जिससे मैं खुश हूँ, मुझे ऐसे भी लोगों को परवाह नहीं है। तुम्हें मैंने पिछली वीडियो में बताया था, लोग लाइक सारे पागल हैं, सारे, they all are mad। हमेशा तुम्हें वही बंदा आके बातें करेगा जिसने अपनी लाइफ में कुछ किया ना। तुमने कभी भी नहीं देखा होगा तुम्हें वो बंदा आके बातें करेगा जो लाइफ में बहुत बड़ा मिलियनेयर हो, जिसने बहुत कुछ किया, वो तुम्हें आके बातें नहीं करेगा। तुम्हें सिर्फ वो बातें करेगा जिसकी खुद लाइफ सही नहीं चल रही, फजूल लाइफ चल रही है, उसने अपनी लाइफ में कुछ उखाड़ा तक नहीं, वो तुम्हें आगे बातें करेगा। सो मेरे भाई, अपनी लाइफ के अंदर तुम आगे बढ़ना सीखो मेरे भाई, गॉट माय पॉइंट। और तुम्हें फिर लाइक कामयाब होने से कोई भी रोक नहीं सकता मेरे भाई, समझ लो। और यही चीज़ है जो मैं तुम लोगों को कहना चाहूँगा। और अपनी ना मेंटल हेल्थ पे भी ख्याल रखो, अपनी मेंटल हेल्थ पे भी ख्याल रखो, अपनी फिज़िकल हेल्थ पे भी ख्याल रखो। डेली एक्सरसाइज करो, इससे तुम्हारी फिज़िकल हेल्थ रहेगी, साथ में तुम्हारी मेंटल हेल्थ भी रहेगी। सो अपनी मेंटल हेल्थ तुम लोगों को बरकरार रखनी है और अपने गोल्स के ऊपर तुम लोगों को फोकस करना है। ये चीज़ें तुम लोगों को अपने ध्यान में रखनी है, और ख़ास तौर पे तुम लोगों को अपनी पर्सनैलिटी के ऊपर ध्यान देना है, अपनी पर्सनैलिटी के ऊपर फोकस करना है। तुम्हें पता है तुम्हारा माइंड जिस चीज़ के बारे में सोचता है ना तुम वो बन जाते हो। तो मैंने पहले भी बताया था, एक दफ़ा ब्रूस ली ने कहा था कि कभी भी अपने बारे में नेगेटिव ना सोचो, बिकॉज जब तुम अपने बारे में नेगेटिव सोचते हो तो तुम वो बन जाते हो। इवन दो अगर तुम मजाक में भी सोच रहे हो ना, तुम तब भी वैसे इंसान बन जाओगे। सही है, अगर मजाक में भी सोच रहे हो, क्योंकि तुम्हारे माइंड को नहीं पता कि क्या चीज़ मजाक में लेनी है और क्या चीज़ सीरियस लेनी है। तुम बस बोल पड़ते हो और तुम्हारा माइंड उस चीज़ को कैच कर लेता है। सो ट्राई टू बी पॉजिटिव एवरी टाइम। रोज़ सुबह उठो तो बोलो मैं कर सकता हूँ, आई एम दी बेस्ट, आई एम दी बेस्ट एवर, मेरे से बेहतर कोई है ही नहीं। आई एम दी बेस्ट अमंग दी ऑल, अमंग दी ऑल ऑफ देम, अमंग ऑल ऑफ द पीपल, आई एम दी बेस्ट। ये बोला करो अपने आप से, ठीक है। इससे क्या होगा, तुम्हें अपने खुद पे खुद एतमादी आएगी, खुद पे तुम लोगों को कॉन्फिडेंस आएगा खुद में। यू फील लाइक दैट आई एम द कॉन्फिडेंट मैन इन दिस वर्ल्ड। तुम्हारा माइंड जिस चीज़ को सोचता है ना तुम वो बन जाते हो। ये बहुत बड़े किसी फेमस बंदे ने बोला था और बहुत बड़े किसी तजर्बेकार बंदे ने ये बातें बोली हुई जो मैं तुम लोगों को बता रहा हूँ कि जो तुम सोचते हो वो तुम बनते हो। The thing you think, that thing you become. जो चीज़ तुम सोचते हो वो तुम बन जाते हो। So always think bigger, dream bigger, think positive. तो पता है पुरानी दहाइयों में 80s या 70s की बात है, ये आई परसों एक एक्सपेरिमेंट किया गया ह्यूमन माइंड को चेक करने के लिए, ह्यूमन ब्रेन को चेक करने के लिए। एक बंदा जिसे ऑलरेडी सॉरी मेरी ज़रा तबीयत थोड़ी सी ख़राब है इसलिए। तो एक बंदा जिसे ऑलरेडी सजाए मौत सुना दी गई थी, जिसे डेथ का ऑर्डर जारी कर दिया गया था मौत का, उसको मरना तो वैसे भी था। तो साइंटिस्ट ने सोचा कि क्यों ना इसके ऊपर एक ऐसा एक्सपेरिमेंट किया जाए, मरना तो इसने लाइक वैसे भी है, तो उसके ऊपर एक ऐसा एक्सपेरिमेंट करते हैं कि हमारी थ्योरी भी जो है वो हमें पता लग जाए कि वाकई ह्यूमन माइंड सही वर्क करता है कि नहीं। तो उन्होंने क्या किया, उन्होंने उस बंदे को एक चेयर पर बिठाया और उसके माइंड को यकीन दिलवाया। उससे कहा कि देखो भाई मरना तो तुमने वैसे भी है, ठीक है, तो बजाय इसके कि तुम फांसी के फंदे पे लटक के मरो, है बंदूक की गोली से मरो या सांप के डसने से मरो, मरना तो तुमने फिर भी है। तो साइंटिस्ट ने कहा कि हम तुम्हें एक जहरीले सांप से डसवाएंगे जिसके डसने के बाद तुम्हें फ़ौरन मौत आ जाएगी और तुम विदिन 30 सेकंड्स और लेस देन 30 सेकंड्स तुम्हारी जान निकल जाएगी, यू विल बी डाइड। उसने कहा ठीक है। उसने सोचा यार मरना तो मैंने वैसे भी है, तो क्यों ना सांप के डसने से ही मर जाए, खस मैं तो ऑलरेडी मर चुका हूँ, मैं तो मुझे तो सगाई मौत हो चुकी है। उसने कहा ठीक है, सुन के मरना तो मैंने वैसे भी है। तो साइंटिस्ट ने क्या किया, उसकी आंखों पे पट्टी बांध दी ताकि वो देख ना सके। मेन मकसद उसका ये था कि बस इसके माइंड को हम यकीन दिला दें कि भाई तुझे सांप से डसवाने वाले हैं, और वो यकीन कर बैठा। कल उसे तो नहीं पता था ना, वो उसको तो ऑलरेडी पता था कि यार मरना है मैंने वैसे भी। तो उसकी आंखों पे पट्टी बांध दी गई और यहाँ पे ट्विस्ट क्या हुआ, साइंटिस्ट ने क्या किया, साइंटिस्ट ने बजाय इसके कि सांप ला के उसे डसवाते, उन्होंने एक पतली सी सुई ली और वो उसके दोनों हाथों पे चुभा दी। That's it, they've done this thing, just this। और उन्होंने कुछ भी नहीं किया भाई, कुछ भी नहीं किया। And the shocking thing is that कि वो बंदा less than 30 seconds मर गया। And the more shocking thing is that जब उसका पोस्टमार्टम किया गया तो उसके अंदर जो सांप के जहर के अलामात पाई जाती हैं, पॉइज़न की अलामात पाई जाती हैं, जो हार्मोन्स पाए जाते हैं, वो उसके अंदर डिटेक्ट कर लिए कि वाकई इसके जिस्म के अंदर पॉइज़न है। हाउ इज़ दैट पॉसिबल? बिकॉज उसके माइंड को पता था कि मुझे शाम डसने वाला है, तो उसके माइंड ने, उसकी बॉडी ने, उसके माइंड ने मदद की, तो उसके बॉडी के अंदर ऑटोमेटिकली हार्मोन्स पैदा हो गए जहरीले। You guys can see how powerful is your mind, how powerful is your mind. Your mind is the way more powerful you think, because your mind can do everything you can. तुम्हारा माइंड हर वो चीज कर सकता है जो तुम सोचते हो। So by doing this experiment, the scientists were shocked and they just passed the theory that your mind is very powerful. So please be careful and just always think good. So that's all I just want to say. ये स्टोरी सुन के तुम्हें भी आई होप सो काफ़ी कुछ सीखने को मिला होगा। सो हमेशा अच्छा सोचो मेरे बारे में, हमेशा अच्छा सोचो अपने बारे में। लोगों के लिए अच्छा करो, अपने लिए अच्छा करो, अपने लिए जियो, अपनी सेल्फ रिस्पेक्ट के लिए जियो, अपना मयार ऊंचा रखो, अपने स्टैंडर्ड्स हाई रखो, बिकॉज यू आर अ हाई वैल्यूएबल मैन। यू नो व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से। दैट्स इट मेरे भाई, सिर्फ इतना ही मैं तुम लोगों को समझाना चाहूँगा और कुछ भी नहीं। बाकी तुम लोग नीचे कमेंट करना मुझे नेक्स्ट वीडियो तुम लोगों को किस टॉपिक के ऊपर चाहिए, और मैं ताकि वीडियो तुम लोगों के लिए बना सकूं, यही मैं तुम लोगों को कहना चाहूँगा। इसके अलावा तुम लोग मज़ीद अपनी पर्सनालिटी को ग्रूम करने के लिए, उसको इम्प्रूव करने के लिए तुम मज़ीद टिप्स ले सकते हो यूट्यूब से, और मैंने तो दे ही दी इतनी। अगर तुम लोगों ने पिछली वीडियोस मेरी नहीं देखी तो मेरे चैनल पे जाओ, वहाँ पे तुम लोगों को मिल जाएंगी बड़ी लॉन्ग वीडियोस, 2-3 अपलोडेड हैं और वो डिटेल्ड है। अब मैं डिटेल्ड वीडियो इसलिए नहीं बनाता, छोटी छोटी वीडियोस मैं इसलिए बना लेता हूँ ताकि तुम लोगों को बात समझ में आ जाए, क्योंकि जो बड़ी बड़ी बातें थी वो पिछली लॉन्ग वीडियो में मैंने एक्सप्लेन कर दी थी, तो इसलिए अभी जो है वो ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ती, समझ रहे हो। सो इफ़ यू आर न्यू टू दिस चैनल, मेक श्योर टू सब्सक्राइब। जैसा कि मैं हमेशा कहता हूँ, हमारे 2K सब्सक्राइबर्स पूरे हो चुके हैं, इसके लिए आप सब लोगों का दिल से शुक्रिया। लव यू ऑल, इसी तरह सपोर्ट करते रहो, और मुझे तुम लोगों ने 10K, 20K, 30K एंड 100K तक लेके जाना ताकि सिल्वर प्ले बटन आ सके, और वो मेरा नहीं होगा, तुम सब लोगों का सिल्वर प्ले बटन होगा मेरे भाई। सो मेक श्योर टू सपोर्ट दिस चैनल, शेयर एवरीवेयर दिस चैनल, एंड दैट्स ऑल आई जस्ट वांट टू से मेरे भाई। सो मिलता हूँ तुम लोगों को किसी और नेक्स्ट वीडियो में, तब तक के लिए अपना बहुत सारा ख्याल रखना, दुआओं में याद रखना, और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो भाई, अभी सब्सक्राइब करो, मैं जान नहीं रहा, अभी नीचे सब्सक्राइब टू दिस चैनल। आई एम नॉट गोइंग एनीवेयर, जस्ट सब्सक्राइब, आई एम रीचिंग। You haven't done yet, go subscribe, hit the bell icon, just punch that subscribe button. Okay, तुमने कर लिया सब्सक्राइब, ओके। मिलते हैं तुम लोगों को किसी और नेक्स्ट वीडियो में, तब तक के लिए Allah Hafiz, bye bye. Take care.